Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Bundle up for another episode of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We are thrilled that you are joining us today. You're probably driving around the IE. The clouds are out. You probably got some sprinkles on your car. Feels like a little bit like a winter. It feels great. It's the first day of May. I'm glad to see that there's not a lot of those Justin Timberlake memes going all over social media. It's going to be May. I'm glad I see them all the time. I think this year was a little bit light. It was like a diet version this year.
What the heck are you talking about? I have no idea what you're saying.
Remember the old NSYNC song, It's Gonna Be May? Well,
no, I don't.
Greg, where's this guy living under a rock?
Maybe I was gone for like 10 years.
Oh, it's all over the place. So every time May, the month of May comes around, it's those Justin Timberlake memes going, it's gonna be May.
Oh, I know you're.
It's all over every single year. It's wall to wall. People trying to be funny and cute and ha, look what I did. But this year, kind of light. I didn't see a whole lot out there, so maybe we're turning a corner as a society.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot, Greg? Oh, Greg saw a lot.
See, now maybe I'm just stupid, and I pride myself on my stupidity as well as my intelligence, I guess. Stupid and smart. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to look up all my social media. So if I type in JT, Justin Timberlake, I did see Justin Timberlake's face on something today.
It's going to be May.
It's gonna be May. Oh, that's the dumbest.
Like that. I don't know.
That is so silly.
What is going on today?
So silly.
Well, welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, it's Tuesday. It's raining outside. It's kind of sprinkling. It feels good. And I really hope everyone out there already went to Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Again, you guys laugh at me. I tell you to go get your oil change, but also to get your wiper blades while you're in there getting your oil changed. If you're out there driving around and you went to Spoiled and you've got those clean wiper blades and you're seeing out your windshield perfectly, you're welcome. I told you guys the rain was coming. And if you went to Spoiled and got those wiper blades when you got the oil change, you are all set. Spoiled. Quick quality oil change off of Alessandro Boulevard, in between Riverside and Moreno Valley. I think technically it's Riverside, but it's right down there by the 215. All right, we got a big show today. We've got a lot to get to. We got to digest these NBA playoffs, although you could say that Kawhi Leonard is still stealing the headlines from all the NBA stuff. It's your boy, JT.
That's what that is?
Yeah, that's him.
Is this the song? I don't want to think.
Here it comes. Get ready.
It's gonna be May.
You've never heard that? Come on.
No, I haven't. That's so funny, though. I've heard the song. I just didn't know there was a meme, whatever they're called.
We're going to talk about Kawhi Leonard because I don't want to call it an expose, but it's a real
conundrum.
There's a lot of layers to this story, and I think it was ESPN really dug deep, and they went second level on all this stuff. They got down to the heart of the issue, what the injury is, or maybe according to the story, what it's not. This injury.
It is a silly situation. I shouldn't say silly because there's so many other parts. You got Popovich, you got the owners, you have the management team of Kawhi Leonard. You have everybody on a different page going different directions, and it's just a giant mess.
It is a mess. And we're going to talk about this story because there's a lot of juicy details now coming out. Nothing that I think it's a huge surprise. I think a lot of this stuff we were kind of assuming, again, because Kawhi doesn't talk, so we have to assume a lot of these things based on what was going on between he and the Spurs organization. So we're going to talk about this expose on Kawhi Leonard and what it means. Where do we go from here? Is Kawhi going to be a Spur? Are they going to trade him? What does it all mean? So we're going to talk a lot about that a little bit later in the show. So I took my daughters to school this morning, and the head of school was out there. What up, Dan? And he says,
Dan. Hey, who's the head of school? Dan.
What's up, Dan? So I see Dan, and he says, how's it going? I say, doing pretty good. He says, pretty good? That's better than the Dodgers.
He said that?
So everyone out there's talking about the Dodgers. They're talking about their struggles. That is what people are talking about on the streets. What is going on with the Dodgers? So I said, hey, Dan, I'm doing more like the Angels. Not great, but I'm still doing pretty good.
You know what? Where are all these Dodger haters coming from? Like, they're coming out of the woodwork. Like, all of a sudden, everyone's, like, hating on the Dodgers.
Not me.
Don't panic. It's only the beginning of the season. No. We're not even at the All-Star break yet, and you're already talking
It's just
trash.
barely. It's going to be May.
We'll see you in October. That's all I got to say. Hopefully
I was ready to give up on him the second game of the year. Remember? I said it's
Joe
always
Panic.
next year.
Back-to-back Joe Panic home runs.
The second day Joe Panic hit that home run, I said, okay, next year, guys. Hey, good to see you. Good job.
So, yes, everyone's talking about the Dodgers. Of course, Corey Seager's going to have Tommy John surgery. That was just the latest setback, you could say, for the Dodgers this season. They lost last night to the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 8-5. Arizona is the top team in the National League. In fact, they have the second best record in all of Major League Baseball. About time. Arizona gets their time in the.
They spend so much money over these years. About time they get a good team.
And Kate Upton shows up to the ballpark every 4 days.
At Arizona?
Isn't that where? No,
she's with Houston. Verlander's with Houston.
My fault.
But I remember sitting on a patio in Orange County when Orange County opened up their homes and their hearts to the Inland Sports Show. Remember we did our Major League Baseball predictions?
Yes, we did.
Remember who I picked making the playoffs as the wild card?
The D-backs?
The D-backs.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I'm looking real smart right now. Smart guy over here. So Arizona beats the Dodgers 8-5 last night. A.J. Pollock had 3 home runs for the D-backs. He had himself a game.
3? Oh, Pollock's. Oh, that's Bullock's. Pollock's.
Jackson Pollock. A.J. Pollock.
He's like Jackson Pollock. He was hitting home runs all over the place. He was throwing paint.
He was throwing paint at it.
3 home runs?
3 home runs for old A.J. Pollock last night. Yasmani Grandal, again, the only Dodger that seems to want to hit every night consistently. He was 3 for 3. He had a couple doubles. He knocked in a run, but it was not enough. And now, again, we talked about this yesterday because the news broke during the show is how are the Dodgers going to handle life without Corey Seager? Who's going to play shortstop? Are they going to move some guys around? Is this going to be another opportunity for the great Austin Barnes to get in there and get more playing time at second base? Because my theory, Jeff, and we'll have to see how this plays out, is I say you play Kike Hernandez at short, you keep Chris Taylor in center field, and you play Austin Barnes at second. Maybe Chase Utley spots Barnes, occasionally at second base. That's what I see, although I've read some things. It sounds like Chris Taylor is going to play a lot of short.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Let's get my man Barnes in there. He needs to be playing. He was their star last year at times. He hasn't had a whole lot to shine this year. Not a whole lot. Not fair.
Yasmani Grandal's having a great season.
I agree there.
He's been their best hitter.
Yes.
But last year at the end of the season, the tail end of the season and into the playoffs, it was Austin Barnes.
It was. Barnes, he saved him in the World Series.
He did. He was Mr. Postseason. He had a great run at catcher for the Dodgers in the postseason. But I did not know this. One of my dear, dear friends, she's a Dodgers fan. And she said, did you know during the end of last season when Austin Barnes emerged as the guy, and again, we're happy about that. He's a Riverside Poly guy. But Yasmani Grandal was dealing with a bunch of things off the field. Now, maybe you could Google this, Jeff. This is what she told me, and I believe it like the gospel because she is a lifelong, diehard Dodger fan. She said that Yasmani Grandal, it never made headlines. It never came to light. But his wife was pregnant, and she lives in Arizona, and something was going on with the pregnancy that it was kind of a life and death situation, not only for her, but also the baby. He was, after games, driving back to Arizona to be with his wife for even just a couple hours and then turning around and driving back. And he didn't want anyone to make a big deal out of it. He didn't want to use it as an excuse. He didn't want anything. He was just doing what he needed to do as a husband and a father. But can you imagine behind the scenes, like maybe that's why he wasn't up to par at the end of last season? Maybe that's why Austin Barnes was in there doing his thing, is because Yasmani Grandal had some stuff going on behind the scenes that nobody knew about at the time, and still I don't think is making headlines. I know you're on your computer over there. I don't know if anything's coming up on that, but his wife and baby, from what I've been told, are doing fine. But, man, that'd be tough to juggle postseason baseball And ultimately, what matters the most, your family.
Well, that goes back to Holiday from the Pelicans. Remember his wife last year? He sat out the entire year. His wife was pregnant. She had a brain tumor, and he took the year off to take care of her. And he's now starting to get back into that playing shape. It took him a year almost to get back into it. So Grandal, you got to take your hat off to him. He had to take care of his wife at the end of the year, and you can see how that would slip. It would tire the heck out of you.
Yeah, physically and mentally, emotionally,
so.
On so many different levels. So Yasmani Grandal, again, if you had to pick your early season MVP for the Dodgers, and again, it's very, very early. I think it's definitely Yasmani Grandal, your MVP thus far, and he's going to be counted on in that heart of the order. You're not getting a lot from Cody Bellinger at this point. Corey Seager's out. We're hoping for JT, Justin Turner, to come back very, very soon. But man, they're not in good shape right now. And again, people, just bumping into people, minding my own business. That's the talk, is what's going on with the Dodgers? How are they going to solve this? How are they going to get out of this? They did last year. They sputtered in the beginning. The first 40 games, they sputtered, but they turned things around. But it took a historic run, the months of June and July and into August, a historic run that we've never seen in baseball to do that, to set them on the right path. So,
yeah, you said Grandal. He leads the team in home runs, RBIs, on-base percentage, and batting average. Only thing he doesn't lead is hits. Other than that, he's there by far.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we love Austin Barnes on this show, the pride of Riverside Poly, but you can't take him out. You can't take Grandal out of the lineup. You just got to find another place for Austin Barnes to play. And if it's between him and Chase Utley at second, I think you play Austin Barnes and you keep Chase Utley on the bench as a pinch hitter. Utley can also play first base, so he can play at a couple different spots, late in the game or come in as a bat off the bench. I think you play Austin Barnes at second base going forward and put Kike at short and or Chris Taylor, and have Kike and him, switch between short and center field.
Yeah.
So.
And you look at the Dodgers, it's not just hitting. I mean, their pitching is abysmal. You got Ryu, Kershaw, and Wood are not, they're not throwing typical games. Kershaw's 1-4. The only guy doing anything is Ryu's 3-0, but Alex Wood, the other guy, he's 0-3. So those are your starters. You're not getting anything from those guys. You got to get more from that starting lineup, from the pitchers.
Dodgers and D-backs back in action tonight. Meanwhile, the Halos back home against the Orioles, and they've sputtered of late. Started off really hot, came back down to earth. And Shohei Ohtani, this was his scheduled night. He was supposed to pitch against Baltimore tonight at the Big A. Not going to happen. He twisted his ankle back on Friday against the Yankees, stepping on first base. They said it's a 50-50 chance that he might DH tonight. So he might hit tonight. He might be in that Halo lineup. We don't know for sure quite yet. But, yeah, the Angels, they've lost 4 in a row at the Big A, 8 of their past 9, and they've got the Orioles coming into tonight. Baltimore's not very good. So hopefully they can get a couple wins here against the O's and kind of turn things around. Baltimore's starting catcher, Chance Sisco from Santiago. So we got a local guy going up against the Halos tonight. Angels and O's tonight at the Big A. And the Angels are really good about tweeting out and get the information out about their lineup. So if we see Shohei Ohtani's in the lineup hitting DH, we'll let you know about it, because we don't know. That ankle might be too bummed to let him get in the lineup.
Yeah, and look at the Angels. Their problem is their middle relief. Their starting pitching's been pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty
really
solid.
good, yeah.
They're lasting 5-6 innings, but then that middle relief, guys are just kind of giving it up. But Garrett Richards, he's been a stud so far this year. We've had
Skaggs has looked great.
Yes, Tyler Skaggs. His ERA is just under 3. So
Tropiano's going tonight.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good starting pitching lineup. They're scoring the ball, but they're giving it up in the middle relief. They need to change something, and it'd be nice for them to right the ship against Baltimore. We see the Angels kind of evening out after that really good start versus Oakland, the teams that they should beat. Now they're playing in the meat of the season. Now they got to get some wins against teams they need to beat.
And we've talked about before, the ebbs and flows, the peaks and valleys throughout a Major League Baseball season. You can't get too high and you can't get too low. You got to kind of stay even keel, stay somewhere in the middle. So we knew the Angels, what were they, 13-3 through the first 16 games of the season? That wasn't going to last forever. But if they can find a nice median, like hang out somewhere around the 600 mark, winning percentage, like that's a playoff team right there.
Yeah, that puts them right at 90 plus games would put in that
90
percentage.
plus wins, yeah.
And that would probably get them in But, they had a tough stretch. They had to play the Yankees. They had to play Boston. Boston's playing out of their minds. And now the Yankees are playing out of their minds. So they played two teams that caught fire.
Yeah, the American League's going to be tough. To the NBA playoffs, LeBron and the Cavs will take on the Raptors. That's game 1 tonight in that playoff series. Pelicans and Warriors, game 2. Steph Curry is back. We're going to get into that. The Celtics last night, they took game 1 of their series, 117-101 against the 76ers. And they didn't have, who was it, Brown? Jason Tatum played, but Jaylen Brown, I believe, was out, right?
Jaylen Brown was out.
So the two big superstars, and Hayward and Kyrie Irving, out. Brown's out. And they still hammer Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Al Horford looked like a man of 21 years old. Remember he
turned back the clock last night.
You look at their last series, he was inside and dominating. Now he's kind of stretched the floor. Embiid's a big 7-footer, big strong guy. Horford's not able to power him like he did in the last series. Now he's stretching the floor, and it looked like Al Horford was the young guy of when he could shoot the ball from beyond the arc. And I'll tell you what, Marcus Smart, who's been hurt for a lot of these playoffs, comes in and takes the role of a stud. And the Celtics take game 1, and I think they're a pretty good team. Can you imagine if they only had the other two guys, their studs, Hayward?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, can you imagine how good they would be?
They would, I think, would be walk through the East, no problem whatsoever. And yet they're still doing it with basically a ragtag band of a MASH unit. And they're playing good basketball. And hats off to the coach. He does a great job.
It's just one of those crazy deals. For example, Oklahoma City. You look at a roster like that, you've got all this star power, big names. You look at Boston's roster, you're like, I don't know any of these guys. Maybe Al Horford. You know what I mean? But it's like, man,
is it.
They are a great team, and Brad Stevens, the head coach, is a wizard. I mean, this guy is 41 years old and maybe the best coach in the game right now. Like, he's done more with less than anybody else in the league this year. And I cannot wait to see Boston at full strength go up against a Golden State team at full strength. And that's going to happen in the future. Not this season, but it's going to happen when they're both at full strength. I think we're going to have a rivalry on our hands. And out East, it's going to be Boston and Philly for a long time, I think. They're both young, super good, and, especially with LeBron getting a little longer in the tooth, he's not going to, run the East like he used to.
Not
the
at
East
all.
is going to be up for grabs, and Philly and Boston, are going to be at the front of the line. And one more thing as we go through our Inland Sports headlines quickly. Jeff, you brought this up. This is kind of a neat deal. The University of Michigan football team, they wanted to do a little team bonding, so they did paintballing. They went paintballing.
They went paintballing. They went paintballing across the pond.
Where?
They were playing in France. I was watching TV last night, and I see Harbaugh, and he's walking around the streets eating crepes, and I go, where the heck is he?
Crepes?
Eating crepes, and I go, he doesn't look like he's in America. He took the entire team, the all of Michigan team, team bonding. They're paintballing across the lake. Crazy. How do you get 80 guys? You go, hey, we're Michigan football. We're going to go over to France. We're going to just tour, hang out as a team. I mean, it's cool, but my golly.
When I could have been some sports package.
Yeah.
80 people?
80 plus. You got to figure they got to bring all the support staff.
Well, you think, team bonding, you think of like going to laser tag or maybe doing some community service, picking up trash on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He's like, no, how about this? We're going to go to Europe. We're going to go paintballing, go look at some museums and eat crepes. Like, they went all out. Like, it's not just going down the street around the corner, play a little miniature golf. Maybe we'll all take a team hike up to Mount Rubidoux. No, we're going to go across the pond. And we're going to go get some culture over there and see some museums and paintball.
Next year, skiing in Antarctica.
Who knows? Jim Harbaugh does whatever he wants in those khaki. Non-pleated. No, are they pleated? No, they are pleated, right?
Yeah.
Is that what he got knocked for?
But here's the one thing. I will say this pretty cool thing that Michigan is doing. Today, they helped refugees and helped in the homeless shelters throughout France today.
Oh, so they are giving back.
Yeah, they are giving back. So help it out quite a bit over there.
So, Jeff, where would you take a team if you had the opportunity to take a team anywhere in the world? Money's no object. Where would you take your team? Don't say France.
Team bonding.
Team bonding.
Team bonding.
Build that bond.
I'd take him to the Shire. We'd be in New Zealand.
New Zealand.
We would be hanging out. We'd be spelunking in the Shire. We'd go whitewater rafting. We'd bungee jump. We'd go look at the glowworm caves of Waitomo. I'd teach them how to noodle. But yes, I'd have to say South Island, New Zealand. One good thing is you take your team. If you took 80 guys, and you go to some place that you're not familiar with, they could get eaten by stuff. New Zealand, nothing can hurt you. You just close your eyes, point out there, and you're going to hit a sheep. That's the only thing that can hurt you.
Yeah,
so,
trying to keep track of 80 football players in a city sounds like a headache to me.
Yeah,
but it's not just Jim Harbaugh. I'm sure obviously his coaching staff and support people around are, wrangling all the guys, make sure everyone's going in the right direction. But that sounds like a headache. I got 2 kids at home.
Yeah.
It's hard enough doing, following 2 kids around.
South Island, New Jersey, and the Shire and Tenths. That's it.
That segment is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. Plus, they got Letterman's jackets. So the next time you need a new, batting helmet, baseball bat, a soccer ball, cleats, wristband, they got it all at Ken Sporting Goods. Make sure you take your Letterman's jackets over there as well. KenSportingGoods.com. And if you would like to sponsor here on the Inland Sports Show, it's easy. Just shoot us a quick little email to inlandsportsshow@gmail.com and said, hey, we want to join your team. You guys are cool. All right. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, why in the world did the Browns take Baker Mayfield number 1? We've got the answer, plus the surprise team in the NFL that wanted Baker Mayfield, and they were on the verge of pulling off the biggest trade in NFL history to get Baker Mayfield at number 2 if he was still around. You will not believe this. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
To a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
I feel like a gladiator every time I step into the studio, like fighting off all you hungry lions, battling to the finish, 6 p.m. in our case.
Wielding a big sword.
That's right. Fight to the finish.
I use chainmail and I use a net.
That's what you use?
Yes. And
weapons of choice?
And I carry around a bag of sand in my pocket. Just in case I can throw it in your eyes. If I ever get in a fight, I just throw sand and then I run.
Is that why you always have a little jar of sand in your pocket?
Always have a jar of sand because
salt.
Salty.
Salt's in
That's the other pocket.
That's the other pocket. No, if I ever get in a fight, since I don't want to ever fight anybody now, back 20 years ago, I would have fought everybody. I always talk about punching people in their necks.
Do you know when your first fight, how old you were? Your first fight ever?
Oh, yeah, 5th grade.
Okay.
5th grade, this guy was trying to bully me. He had little man syndrome, and he was like trying to embarrass me in front of my friends. I changed schools. So I said, hey, look, if you push me again, I'm going to punch you. And I didn't want to punch him. I remember. I didn't want to.
He did like the prison rules, get the biggest guy.
He did. So I threw him into the backstop. I remember I threw him into the backstop.
What was his name?
I don't remember his name.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, but he was a blonde kid. He had crazy hair, and he looked like a little mad dog. That's all I can remember. And I threw him into the backstop, and everybody went, ooh. And he started to look like he was about ready to cry. And then these two girls that I kind of, didn't really know, but I was the new kid, blonde hair, blue-eyed, beautiful. I was a good-looking kid. These two girls came up to me, and they were like, hi, Jeff, how you doing? I'm like, hey, pretty good. I still remember them. I still talk to them. I'm friends with them. But the only thing is, I there's nothing ever romantic because my parents worked with both of their parents.
Oh, so it's too weird, too close to home.
It was like my sisters. But at first, though, they thought I was really cute. So I was the cool guy for about a day and a half.
You beat up the little bully.
Beat up the bully. But no, I would have fought 20 years ago. Now you don't fight. You know why?
You just throw sand in their eyes.
You throw sand in your eyes and you run. And you run because MMA is way too big. And if you drive
Everybody
around,
knows MMA.
Everyone knows how to fight now. If you drive on every city block, there's an MMA dojo.
They'll get you.
It's like Cobra Kai on every single corner.
Every corner.
So I'm not fighting anyone. I am a pacifist now. If anybody has a problem with me, I'm just going to say I refuse to fight.
But don't make him mad. He'll throw sand in your eye.
And if they don't run, then I throw sand and then I run.
This segment's brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with the one and the only Ray Bass. From lacrosse to golf, track and field, football, baseball, they do it all. They will train you up, whether you're at the youth level, high school, trying to make varsity, trying to get a scholarship, going to college, trying to turn pro. They can help you out. The strength and speed class is always free. At least that first one is. Go check it out. Give it a try. If you like that first one, it's going to help. You're going to see results at Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. So, why did the Browns take Baker Mayfield #1? That was probably the best kept secret in the entire NFL draft.
Because he's great, Pep. He is a Heisman Trophy winner. He's great. He is a winner, and I love him dearly.
You know, and I totally get it. He's a star. He's a stud. He's cocky. He did a lot of winning at Oklahoma. But the whole time, we all thought Sam Darnold out of USC was going to go #1.
Yes.
So finally, a little bit of pull back the curtain, what's really going on behind the closed doors at Browns headquarters.
At Browns University?
At Browns U. The Browns vice president of player personnel, Alonzo Highsmith, he was talking at this function, and he said this. It's kind of a long quote, but hold with me for a second. Quote, "Then there comes the part where you meet them off the field." He's talking about Baker Mayfield. He's talking about Sam Darnold, Josh Allen. You watch their workouts. You watch everything. And Baker blew me away. Highly, highly intelligent, highly competitive. He had a trait that some of the good ones have. I call it efficacy. That includes the power to affect other people. I thought that of all the quarterbacks I watched, he stood out far and above the other guys. When he walked into a room, you knew he was there.
Alonzo Highsmith, you sound like a smart guy because you used the term efficacy.
But you know what I mean? Like, I know we kind of get lost on the measurements. How fast did he run? How high does he jump? You know, what was his completion percentage? But it sounds like the Browns went with their gut. It was the intangibles, the things that you can't see or put your hands on. It was that presence that he had.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this yesterday. The Browns are in a fog. They don't know how to win. We've seen it at the college level. We've seen it at the high school level. There are teams that are right on the cusp, but they can't seem to win. They've had a different quarterback the last 4 years. They've had so many distractions. Johnny Football, major distraction in their organization. Put a dark cloud on it. He's like the Linus. Isn't Linus the guy in the Snoopy cartoons that always walks around with a
No, that's Pigpen.
Pigpen. Walks around. It's Pigpen. They need something different. They need a guy. I think Baker Mayfield is that guy. I think he's gonna try to do whatever he can to win, make his players better. And I agree there, Alonzo Highsmith. I don't know though if the skills translate to the passion.
We hope so. We can only hope. We thought it was going to be Sam Darnold. Of course, the eyeball test told you it was going to be Sam Darnold. All the rumors for weeks and months going to the NFL draft said it was going to be Sam Darnold. In fact, he even said going into the college football season, Sam Darnold was their guy. It was Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield was their second favorite quarterback. Josh Allen was third, and Josh Rosen was fourth. But, again, once they actually had a chance to work them out and have that interaction personally with them, with all the quarterbacks, they're like, it's not even close. It's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and that's kind of surprising. Our guy, Angel, the intern, writer for the USC paper, said that when Sam Darnold worked out at senior day, the owner of the Browns was there in attendance.
Yeah, there's pictures of it, yeah.
Sitting with the parents, going to dinner, getting wined and dined, and we had just assumed it was a done deal. Apparently, we were duped.
Well, for Sam Darnold, you're probably thinking, man, I dodged a bullet.
Very much
At least
so.
I'm with the Jets. You know, they kind of finished on a stronger note compared to the Cleveland Browns. So if you're Sam Darnold, just count your lucky stars. You're a Jet, not a Brown.
And what have the Browns done with quarterbacks? They're going to start Mayfield. You know they are. They're going to end up having to play him. They need something. They need a shot in the arm, the proverbial shot in the arm, because if you stay stagnant and you don't win, they're going to call for Baker Mayfield to start.
They brought in Tyrod Taylor, which I got a feeling, Jeff, I think they're going to start Tyrod Taylor.
For a while.
And then they're going to be like 0-7, 0-8. The fans are going to be getting restless. No one's going to be coming to the games. They're going to say, you know what? Now's the time. Let's throw them in there. Let's put butts in the seats.
Do they even come down with their?
The Cleveland loves their football.
Cleveland is probably
the dog pound loves their football,
They
but even as a Sacramento Kings fan, I can tell you firsthand, you get tired of losing. It gets old real fast. You lose interest. You're holding on to any small grain of hope. Baker Mayfield's that small grain of hope for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, you said if they go 0-7, 0-8, that means they're 1-39, 1-40.
They've got to do something.
They've got to do something to change that dynamic.
So wait, so what is worse, to have a losing record or be consistent and then going to the finals and then losing all the time? What is worse on a fan in your opinion?
No,
I think I'd rather go to the finals.
I'd rather go to the finals any single day of the week
And
instead of living in futility.
And keep losing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the Buffalo Bills and get to the Super Bowl and lose than not get to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I know it
Exactly.
stings, but
Hey, at least you're winning games to get there.
yeah, at least like 90% of the season, you're like, yeah, this is fun. We're good. We're winning games. This is exciting. And I know it's going to sting really bad in the end, but I'd rather do that.
I agree. 1,000%.
So Baker Mayfield goes number 1 to the Cleveland Browns, but now that it's all over and the dust is settled, everyone's talking, including Baker Mayfield's agent. And he says, at least according to him, if Baker Mayfield did not go number 1 to the Cleveland Browns, there was an NFL team out there that was ready to sell the farm, all their draft picks to move up to the number 2 spot to get Baker Mayfield. That team was the New England Patriots.
What?
According to Baker Mayfield's agent, he said if Baker was still around at number 2, meaning that the Cleveland Browns would have went somewhere else, maybe Sam Darnold at number 1. If Baker Mayfield was still around at number 2, the Patriots were going to do everything in their power to move up to number 2, which the Giants held that 2 spot, to get Baker Mayfield. That's how much the Patriots and Bill Belichick love that guy, which makes me think, when the Browns take Baker Mayfield, it makes you scratch your head and be like, man, like you said, Jeff, they're lost in a fog. What do they know? But when the Patriots, if they were serious about moving up with a huge trade to get Baker Mayfield, I'm like, okay, now we're on to something. The Patriots always seem to know something that nobody else knows. If they were in love with Baker Mayfield, I'm kind of buying it more that he's a true number 1 overall pick.
Well, we've heard just in the last couple of weeks, remember when Johnny Manziel was running around trying to make his comeback, we heard that the Patriots were looking into possibly bringing him into camp. But they've done it before. It doesn't always work in the Patriots. Who did they bring in? They brought in Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, we like Tim Tebow, an ex-Heisman Trophy winner. Did he make it with the Patriots? They do make mistakes. Belichick has made a few mistakes in his past.
Once in a while.
Well, every now and then.
They're not perfect.
No, but I could see them bringing in somebody to have an heir apparent, because Tom Brady, there's one thing, age always wins. Tom Brady, I don't care how good you look, how well you throw, age is undefeated.
It is, but he still wants to play to his mid-40s. He's 40 right now, so he wants to be, 3 or 4 more years, 5 more years. So
crazy.
We'll have to see. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk a little Major League Baseball, the Dodgers and the Halos. Plus also, Jeff, I know you got a big kick out of this. One of our local guys, he's suspended right now, so he's hanging out with the fans up in the stands, incognito. It's kind of funny.
I know who you're talking about.
You love this guy.
I love him. He's my favorite player in all of baseball.
He's a local guy, and we love him because he's so funny. We'll talk about, I'm not going to give his name.
No.
This is the Deep Tease when we come back after the break. You're listening to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump. All right, we're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports. Really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you're going to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So his arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended, and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. right here. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla. I am simply Pep Fernandez. Man, we've had a good start here, talking a little NFL draft, talking a little NBA playoffs. We'll talk more about that later in the show as well. But right now, we're going to get some Major League Baseball. And this segment is brought to you by our good friends out there at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. I saw a picture on Instagram right now. You know, when the Catalano kids, when they see the parents pull up at school to pick them up, they just look for the car that has a, big sale on it, 2017. Like, there's always a different car coming to pick them up at school because so many great deals at Catalano Motors. Whether you're into a sports car, an SUV, they've got it all. They can buy, trade, and they can finance all in the same spot. So they make it really easy for you. So go check them out. CatalanoCars.com is the website. Catalano Motors off of Temescal Canyon Road in Corona. Make sure you ask about what the weekly special is, and you can save thousands of dollars.
Millions.
So we were talking about Clayton Kershaw. He's getting the start tonight against Arizona. Jeff, on the season, the big southpaw, 1-4 with an ERA of 2.84, which is good for a starting pitcher.
Really
that's good. Yeah. But he's 1-4 on the season. All of last year, he lost 4 games. All of the previous season, he lost 4 games. He's already lost 4 games this season. I put most of it on his teammates, to be honest, because they don't score a lot for him. No run support. But he's on the verge of losing his 5th game of the season tonight against the first place Arizona Diamondbacks, which is unheard of for Clayton Kershaw. This is like we're in unprecedented territory, uncharted waters now for Clayton Kershaw.
Well, Clayton Kershaw is coming off of his worst start in Major League history for him. He pitched 6 innings. He walked more batters than he had his entire career. He threw more pitches in those 6 innings than he had his entire career. But something has to give here for Clayton Kershaw, and that give has to be the bats. The bats have not done well for Clayton Kershaw in his 5 previous starts. Something needs to give, and it's got to be the guys. The dudes that we haven't even heard of. We've seen Austin. We'd love to see Austin Barnes. We love to see Kike. We'd love to see somebody do something for Clayton Kershaw.
And we're hoping to see, if it's Kike or whoever it is, we hope to see Justin Turner back in that Dodger lineup too. He'll probably be rehabbing with Rancho Cucamonga before we see him in a Dodgers uniform, so stay tuned. If anything happens, we'll go straight to old Skoggy Skog, the Skog Dog, Mike Lindskog, the voice of your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes right here on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. The Halos, they've got the Orioles tonight. Baltimore not having a good season, so hopefully the Orioles will be ripe for the picking tonight for the Halos. Francisco, the catcher for the Orioles, out of Santiago. He'll be out there. Guess who else is going to be out there at the Big A tonight, Jeff?
I know right now. Just came out. Shohei Ohtani is going to have his start.
Yeah, he's going to DH, and he's hitting 5th. So he's way up. He's in the heart of the lineup now. So it's going to be Kinsler leading off, followed by Mike Trout. He's kind of solidified that 2nd spot. They like him getting more at-bats up there at the top, near the top. Justin Upton hitting 3rd. Pujols, your cleanup hitter, followed by Ohtani, Simmons, Valbuena, Calhoun, Maldonado, and Tropiano's the pitcher tonight. But Cole Calhoun hitting down the 7th or 8th spot. So that's kind of strange. They usually have him a little higher than that. But, yeah, Shohei Ohtani, he rolled his ankle against the Yankees. He was supposed to pitch tonight. They said, no, we're going to shut that down. But he is going to hit tonight, batting 5th for the Halos.
Well, maybe they got to do something with that lineup. They got to tinker something because they're not getting the runs that they had earlier and the success they've had. They've lost 4 in a row, and now they trail Seattle. Seattle's now 16-11, Los Angeles at 16-12, and Houston right now still very good at 20-10. So the Angels need to do something to get back in the mix.
Yeah, that American League West is going to be brutal, and it's not going to get any easier. Seattle's kind of a surprise, I believe. I think most people thought the Astros would win the division again, and the Halos look like a playoff team, maybe like a wild card team, maybe runner-up in the American League West. But now they got to contend with Seattle for that wild card spot, including all the other teams in the American League that are going to be in the hunt as well. But Seattle looks pretty good. So Halos Orioles tonight. Big A. Shohei Ohtani is playing, designated hitter, hitting 5th in the lineup. The Astros beat the Yankees by a score of 2-1. That's a pretty fun series. That's 2 of the best teams in the American League, Jeff.
Yeah, the Astros, obviously defending world champs. But the Yankees are starting to play a little bit of baseball. They were so bad early in the season, but their guys, Judge, is starting to hit the ball a little bit. Mike, what did we say? Giancarlo Stanton?
Mike.
So they're finally doing something. So it's nice to see the powers, the big guys, the Red Sox, the Yankees. You'd love to see the big boys still compete. The Yankees are a pretty good ball club. They've got that powerful lineup, and they're starting to hit the ball pretty well.
And one other baseball note here in this segment. So Joe Kelly, remember he got in that brawl? Yankees and Red Sox got in a big brawl. Joe Kelly was the pitcher involved. He got suspended. What was it, 6 games? He got suspended 6 games. So the suspension for Joe Kelly, the pride of UC Riverside and Corona High School, an all-around fun guy for the Boston Red Sox. He's in that suspension now. So he can't be with the team, can't be in the dugout, can't be in a uniform, can't have the stirrups, the hat on, can't do any of that. So what's he doing? He's hanging around the ballpark. He's just showing up in random spots, whether it's the top of the Green Monster, hanging out with the fans. He's just sitting in the seats like one of the guys, taking pictures and selfies and hanging out. I like that. I like that he has a personality, and he's open enough to just put himself out there with the fans when he can't play during this suspension.
Well, Joe Kelly, I saw him talking yesterday on the internet. He said that it was making him crazy. They gave him a suite to sit in for the games if he wanted to, but he said that the team wasn't doing well, so he would switch seats according to whether the team was doing well. So he had
a little superstitious.
Yeah, very superstitious. But you gotta like it. And he said,
I love it. Yeah.
He had 2 seats on the Green Monster that were his. So he went up and sat up there. The team started doing well again. So he said he's going to sit up there the remainder of his prison sentence, as he said.
His prison sentence is what he called it?
Yes. So, but now Joe Kelly, our favorite guy. I really fell in love with him when he was at UCR during the alumni game. He wore those Stars and Stripes pants playing in the alumni game, and he's just gone on. He's acted as a sportscaster,
a fake one,
but
a funny one.
Oh, it's just the greatest. So it's nice to see that you can still have a sense of humor after taking your lumps in your prison sentence, as he said.
Joe Kelly is the best. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, more NFL, NBA, and baseball talk, plus UCR taking on San Diego State tonight.
Ooh.
Trying to get some paybacks against the Aztecs. They lost last week. In fact, it was this night last week at the Plex when they lost 19-1 against San Diego State. But this time down there in San Diego, we'll see if the Highlanders can bounce back against the Aztecs. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, and this segment's brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and the lowest prices. Go check them out. Plus, you get wiper blades. It's not too late. It's going to be rain for a couple days, right? One more big storm here for the IE. Actually, I wouldn't call it a big storm. It was barely sprinkling out there when I came in.
Stormwatch 2018.
Remember in Anchorman, they had Panda Watch. This is very gripping, compelling.
Everybody worries when it rains here in Southern California.
People can't drive.
Well, you know why?
And if you put water with freeway, what does that equal?
Slipping and sliding. Yeah, oil every day. You got to have some good tires. But, of course, I have a Jeep, so I just drive over everybody.
You do like a monster truck?
I am like
Gravedigger.
Or Bigfoot. I'm more of a Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot's the original, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gravedigger came on later.
Have you ever gone and watched anything like that? You're a
Dude, come on.
You're a middle of the country or middle of California guy.
Going, listening to country music, milking cows on a dairy. Of course, I went to demolition derbies, monster trucks.
I like that stuff.
Truck pulls, all that stuff.
I love it.
Do you? Rodeos?
Oh, yeah, I could go. If we're going to Texas this summer after we go to Lake Tawakoni, and we're going to go try to find a rodeo.
You should.
We're going to. We're going to do water parks and rodeos.
You know what my favorite part of a rodeo is?
No.
It's called mutton busting. You know what mutton busting is?
Something with sheep.
Yeah, so they take a sheep, and they shave the whole sheep, except for, if I'm pointing on Greg down here. Greg's my sheep. There's a tuft, like on the shoulder blades. So they shave the whole sheep, but they leave a tuft of the wool, the fur, the hair on its shoulders, and they put little kids on the sheep. They wear like helmets and little cages in front of their face so they don't, because they're going to go flying off.
They wear like hockey masks?
Yes. So, it's like a bucking bronc or a rank bull.
Yeah.
But they put the little kids on sheep, and they call it mutton busting. And these little kids ride the sheep, and they hold on to that little tuft of fur, the little patch of wool that they shave off, except for that one little patch on the sheep's shoulder blades, and they ride them around. No, they love it.
Gorham boys.
They love it.
The Gorham boys will be doing that this summer.
I would love to see Johnny or Luke. Well, Luke not yet, but he could be a mutton buster in training.
Do you think Connor's a little too old for some mutton busting?
Yeah, he's way too big. So, he would hurt the sheep.
Johnny's 5. He might be.
No, Johnny's perfect. He's right in the wheelhouse. That's the mutton busting age.
I'm going to do it. We're going to go. You know what? We're going to find a dog in our neighborhood, and we're going to shave it.
Practice.
And we're going to practice some canine busting.
Will you do me a favor? Will you Google it while you're sitting there mutton busting?
Are you joking? It's really...
No. I've covered so many rodeos, and it's a lot of the traditional stuff. The bulls.
Holy cow, you're right.
Saddle bronc, calf roping.
They're holding on for dear life.
Yes.
Holy cow.
But mutton busting is like the most popular thing. Like, people love it. It's probably because it's cute. Like, these little kids out there, the sheep love it. Everybody loves it.
There's rules. You got to be between 4 and 7.
Told you, Johnny's in the wheelhouse, man. That's it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to do it. 6 seconds and a sheep. That's what they call it. Yeah.
6 seconds and a sheep?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Mutton busting.
I can't wait to get little Johnny on there. We're going to practice. We're going to go get a big dog in the neighborhood. We can do it to our cat, but we'd probably kill it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do it to the kitty.
Yeah, because there's no saddle or anything. They just put them on the sheep and they just turn them loose. They just go.
I'm in.
So, Jeff's all the way in. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're talking more of the NFL draft. And, all these guys got drafted. We just talked about the Patriots possibly making a move to move up to number 2 in the draft to get Baker Mayfield. But it never came to fruition because the Browns took Baker Mayfield at number 1, and the Patriots did not feel the need to move up to number 2 to get a quarterback because the quarterback that they wanted was Baker Mayfield, and he was off the board. So it was over. It never happened. What could have been, I guess you could say. But it's just strange to think that the Patriots loved Baker Mayfield that much. Yeah.
Well, I still think the Browns did a really Brown move. Remember I told you they should have selected the running back, got the best in the draft, and then they had a shot to get a quarterback. There were 4 really, really good quarterbacks out there. They would have got one of those quarterbacks. Yeah. They would have gotten their top 2 picks, would have been one of their top quarterbacks. Even if it wasn't Baker Mayfield. I don't think Baker Mayfield would have been the first quarterback to come off the board if they had not chose him. He might have been 3rd or 4th.
Right. But, the Patriots did get a quarterback in the late rounds. I think it was the LSU quarterback, I want to say. So they did get a quarterback. They got a running back, the Sony Michel guy out of the University of Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs. He's pretty good. So they had a pretty good draft. But it's very curious to think about the Patriots loving Baker Mayfield so much that they would move all the way up to number 2 if he was still available. But, of course, he wasn't. But that goes right into our next story because Tom Brady's going to be around for a while. We touched on it at the very end of that last segment that Tom Brady still wants to play into his mid-40s, but they got to have a backup plan, right? There's always got to be a plan B. Who's the next guy in line? It was Jimmy Garoppolo, but they said kick rocks. They sent him to the 49ers, and now he's going to be a star out here in San Francisco. But they've got to have a backup plan. Who's next in line? Was it going to be Baker Mayfield? Is it going to be somebody else? Is it going to be this LSU guy? I don't know. But they got to find somebody. But they've got a couple of years to do it because Tom Brady's going to be around. As long as his body holds up, Tom Brady will be the quarterback of the New England Patriots.
Well, his agent said that he was going to play beyond this next contract, which ends this year.
Yeah.
So I don't see him playing for anyone else. I think it's a way for them to
remember all those headlines? Is Tom Brady coming back? Is there a rift between Tom Brady and the Patriots? Tom Brady might retire. I told you. Fake news. It's phony. Do not click on it. It's a non-story.
I don't know if it was a non-story, if it was a way for them to get to sign him beyond this next year. Because if you talk about bringing in a quarterback and you're Tom Brady and you want to play beyond this year, you want to put it in someone's mind, hey, I'm a little discouraged, angry, I might not play. So what would you do if you're the brass of the New England Patriots? You're going to say, oh, Tom Terrific's a little upset. We can't draft a quarterback now because he said he might not play. That gives them that extra year. They're going to win their game. They're going to win 11 games in their conference.
Yeah.
No matter who they play. Their conference is so bad. They'll win 6 games just off of their inner rivals. But yeah, Tom Terrific. I do believe there was somebody leaked it out so that it was for a contract year. Don't bring in another quarterback until after Tom decides after the season what he's going to do.
His agent has said he's coming back. In fact, Tom Brady has said, yeah, I'm coming back in 2018. So it's not a story, but yes, Tom's going to be around for a couple of years, but they do need another quarterback. But they asked him because he did this real swanky sit-down interview with Jim Gray.
Why always Jim Gray? Always Jim Gray.
It's always Jim Gray. And, I don't know. There must be a history between those two guys. But Tom Brady's back from Qatar, or Qatar, however you like to say it, Jeff. I say Qatar.
I say Qatar.
I say
Makes it sound cooler because Qatar just doesn't sound
Qatar.
Cool. Qatar.
He's back. Vacation's over. In fact, he was spotted. In fact, I think it was my guy Mike Clan, the sports anchor for the TV station, the ABC affiliate up in Santa Barbara, snapped a photo of Tom Brady on the golf. I think it was Mike. He was golfing up there in Santa Barbara.
He was also working out with the UCLA football team.
Old Tom Brady?
Yes, Tom Brady was throwing routes, throwing passes to the receivers of the UCLA Bruins.
So that must have been him. He must have been going around the L.A. Santa Barbara area, hanging out.
He has a home here, but yeah, He called Chip Kelly and asked Chip if he could come out and work out with the team, and he worked out yesterday. Might have worked out today if it wasn't raining. But yeah, he was on the campus of UCLA throwing to the receivers for an hour and a half. They said yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at my boy Mike Clan's Twitter. There's Tom Brady. He's on the golf course. Sunglasses on. He's got like the V-neck little sweater where the collared shirt pops out.
Looks like Rich Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, straight out of GQ. Like he walked off the Banana Republic catalog. I mean, he's looking good. He's golfing.
Gisele Bündchen.
He's throwing passes at UCLA. Just got back from Qatar. He's feeling good. But anyways, Jim Gray, his guy, sat down with him and they interviewed him and said, he's done all these wonderful things. He's the greatest quarterback to ever played. I'm a Joe Montana guy. I'm a 49ers guy. But even I can get the words out of my mouth. Tom Brady is the greatest. Even with that said, Jim Gray asked him, do you feel like you're appreciated by the Patriots? All the things you've done, the Super Bowl championships, the MVPs, the greatest quarterback of all time. Do you feel like you've been adequately appreciated by the Patriots? And The interview starts off a little sideways, but Tom Brady reels it back in, and he gets to the heart of the issue here. So I know a lot of people were running with some headlines here, but Tom Brady cleans up his answer, and it's not as bad as you think. But here's Tom Brady talking about, does he feel appreciated?
I plead the fifth. Look, man, that is a tough question. Yeah, I mean,
your wife seems to indicate.
Yeah. I think everybody in general wants to be appreciated more at work, in their professional life. But there's a lot of people that appreciate me more than, way more than I ever thought, was possible as part of my life. So,
so you take it from them?
Well, I think it's, you have different influences in your life, and I think the people that I work with are trying to get the best out of me. So they're trying to treat me in a way that they feel is going to get the best out of me. And, I've got to get the best out of myself. I think what I'm learning as you get older is it comes from within. The joy, the happiness, those things come from inside. And, to seek that from others, to seek that from outside influences, people you work with, people that cheer against you or cheer with you, or, I feel like it comes from within for me. So I'm trying to build up what's within me so that I can be the best for me, so that I can be the best for other people.
All right, well, that was a lot of gobbledygook, but basically Tom Brady said, I don't feel appreciated. And that's what all the headlines said. Oh, my gosh, Tom Brady doesn't feel appreciated. He's going to leave the New England Patriots. He's saying no. Anyone who works hard, as much as you might love working with me, Jeff.
I love it.
Greg, you might not always feel appreciated.
I never feel appreciated. But I am like a beaten dog. I keep coming back for my lashings. Yeah.
But even Tom Brady said, even Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, on the greatest, I guess, NFL franchise of all. I don't want to say maybe all time. There's probably some Steeler fans or Cowboy fans, someone out there that can make a case for another franchise. But he says, even me. He's like, because he's never satisfied himself. He always wants more. He always wants to be better. So he's, again, I guess that's his reasoning. Like he doesn't feel appreciated because he's always trying to get the best out of himself or have others get the best out of him as well. Again, he's kind of talking in circles.
But that's what makes a champion, right there.
It does. You're right, Greg.
You're never satisfied. That's what a champion is. You're never satisfied. Even though you win championship, it's that next level that you keep on trying to go.
You know what? Look at us. First show, only show on Fox Sports IE weekdays, made Inland Empire history because we were never satisfied. Jeff still wears his Novi polo shirts with a little Zorro basketball guy, but he was never satisfied. He kept battling, and now he's sitting in here every single day like a champion.
Well, it's just like Tom Brady said. They asked him if he was happy. They said, "Are you happy?" And Brady responded, "I have my moments."
Yeah.
But he's added he's happy with the people he works with.
But really, don't we all just battle through the mundane items of life to get to those happy moments, the things that we enjoy doing?
So basically, you say he don't like his job, but he'll still do it. But isn't that everybody, though?
Yeah, it's everybody.
Not me. I'm happy all the time.
Every day you like waking up every morning.
I love getting up at
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning, hanging out and making lunches, and then going home and giving baths. And then reading books, and then do it again tomorrow. Yeah, that's really wonderful that I get no time at all.
No time.
No time at all. But I'll tell you what, it is gratifying. Everybody talks about, how hard life is. And life is pretty hard. I work a lot, but the best part of my day is to go home, kiss my wife, see my children, and I don't have a problem. I enjoy coming in here every day, 3 days, or 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. I enjoy it tremendously. It's the best part of my life. Outside of my family, and yeah, I'm like Tom Brady.
Happy sometimes.
Sometimes.
You think when he cut his hand open right before the Super Bowl, I think he was happy?
No. I don't think he was happy at all.
I mean, we all have our moments. And again, he seems like a perfectionist. So, he's always in the pursuit of excellence. And I think that's what drives him. That's what keeps him going. And, does he love his wife and his kids? Yeah, that's probably what keeps him happy. And winning Super Bowls, I mean, that's happy. But all those moments in between when it's not easy and you're getting up early and running and doing the cardio and going to these training camps and all these sorts of other things, is that exactly what he wants to be doing, or does he want to be golfing in Santa Barbara? You know what I mean? Like, you battle through those moments to get to the good moments.
Oh, yeah, and you got to think the guy has really changed his life in the last 5 years. He's become a vegan.
Is he all vegan now? He is, isn't he?
All vegan now. So I mean, that's a different lifestyle. But see, that's his job. If I was making $30 million a year, that would be my job. If I was a singer, if I was a big concert guy, like I'm Bruce Springsteen, the only thing I would do was lift weights, get in shape, and sing. That's it. That's all you got to do.
That's your job.
That's your job.
That's what you need to do.
And that's what Tom Brady does every single day until he's going to retire. And I'm sure he'll eat ice cream and stuff when he's done. But right now, that's his gig.
So do you tell your wife when you go home, you're like, sorry, I got to watch the Angels game. I got to watch the NFL draft. I'm working over here. Leave me alone.
I do it constantly. Because you got, the biggest thing right now is this Paw Patrol thing. I got little kids.
Huh?
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol is the biggest thing on TV, and I have little kids. So here's what happens. I get in the house, I turn on the big screen, and I watch a little sports, and then the kids go, Dad, I want to watch Paw Patrol.
It's over.
I want to watch Phineas and Ferb.
You're like, Shohei Ohtani's about to come up to bat.
Yeah. So then this is what happens. I end up giving up my TV. I go to my bedroom. I write a little bit of notes. I sit and watch my game, and then I tape it, and then the kids go to bed, and I watch it.
Then you watch it.
Every single Angel game.
NFL draft or Phineas and Ferb? That's what it boils down to, right? The Gorham House?
That is exactly what it boils down to.
Yeah. Mine's more like NFL draft or Mermaid Show.
You got mermaids.
Yeah. I never win.
No.
It's 4 against 1 in my house. I never win. Not even once.
Well,
I can't even say there was this one time, not even once.
Yeah, you get to watch all the rom-coms. I at least have smelly boys that want to watch, like, boy stuff. But it's really little, like Paw Patrol. There's a new one, though. I got to tell everybody listening, Kid Danger is the funniest cartoon I've ever seen in my life. Kid Danger. Everybody go out and watch it. It's on Nickelodeon. Best show I've seen in years.
Ever. All right, that segment's brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs, and they take care of the Letterman's jackets. They do team sales, too. So even if you have, let's say, a youth football team or a baseball team, you might even own a local business. You just want some embroidered shirts or new T-shirts for the guys. You can do that all at Ken's Sporting Goods out there in Horsetown, USA, Norco, California. When we come back, Steph Curry is back for the Warriors. We'll get into that. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I hope everyone's driving safely around the IE today. We've got a little bit of rain. Not very much.
No.
Nothing to freak out about.
No.
Barely turned the wiper blades from spoiled on. I mean, not much to write home about.
No. Not worried a bit. Hey, Pep, I'm getting a brand new phone.
You are?
Brand spanking new today. I'm getting the iPhone 10.
And you said it's like face recognition.
Facial recognition.
Because I just have the code. You know, you type in your little 4-digit code.
You have the crap phone.
That's the old one?
Oh, I'm going big time.
You're in the future.
You have no idea, my friend. I have the iPhone 10. It's going to have facial recognition. Only if you open your eyes. If you close your eyes, it won't work. So you can never look at my phone, old peasant Pep. Oh, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars. I'll be able to talk to the people on the moon. I can talk to anyone at any time. Ha ha ha! I can't wait. I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be talking into it. I'm going to play new games on it. I might even put it on my yacht because it's waterproof. Did you know that?
Oh, why would I know that?
It's fantastic. I cannot wait. I'm going to go home and I'm going to throw it in my vast pool, my infinity pool that looks over the edge. It's all marble. Did I tell you my pool is made of marble?
No, pure marble?
Marble. It's so slippery when you get in, but it feels so good. It's always heated to a crisp 87 degrees.
Crisp.
Always warm in the Gorham household. No one is allowed in my pool, especially peasants like you, Pep. Never. But yeah, I'm getting a brand new phone today.
Wait, is it really waterproof?
Waterproof.
So you go swimming with it?
I could swim.
I don't know
with
if I
it.
would though. Even though it's kind of like our dump button.
It's like my watch.
I know, but like the dump button because
it doesn't work.
You know, you're like, okay, well, it's safe. But do I really want to try it out? Do I really want to say something bad on the air to see if it works? I don't know if I'd actually just jump in the pool or the ocean and be like, you know what? It says it's waterproof. I don't know if I'd still do it.
Well, I got this, I got one of those watches that's Apple Watch. It's supposed to be waterproof. There's no way in heck I'm going to go swimming in this.
Exactly. Would you still do it? Be like, it says it's a dump button, so I'm going to start just cussing up a storm.
But yeah, I'm getting my new Apple phone, my iPhone. I'm very hip. I'm never hip, so I feel ahead of the curve.
You're really hip.
So yeah, facial recognition. There's no little buttons on the phone anymore. It's all done with your mind. It's like Star Wars. I believe that aliens came down years ago, gave us all of this technology, and they're releasing it slowly.
Ancient aliens.
I believe in that.
Ancient aliens.
You believe in ancient aliens? Because I'm telling you what, man, the stuff we have now is just like Star Trek when we were kids.
I believe it's very peculiar. I'm interested. As a former archaeologist.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm very interested.
Yeah, because there's so many weird things. I'm telling you now that we're
So you're telling me like my Aztec ancestors were running around with iPhone 10s?
No, they were running
with
around
face recognition.
No, they were running. No, they were running around killing each other in banana hammocks. Those guys weren't. It was the people in Egypt.
Oh.
Egypt.
But how did all the ancient civilizations in Mexico, the Mayans and the Aztecs, they built these huge fortresses and temples and?
Oh, they were in that was deep in the forest. That wasn't your people.
Teotihuacan.
Your people weren't there.
They weren't?
No.
My people were very smart. We're a very proud, smart people.
You're the Fernandez background. You guys were throwing rocks and banana hammocks. And then
my lineage, like my specific family lineage all the way back, that's what we were doing.
You guys were killing and eating people. You guys might have discovered Spam because Spam is made of people. We've discussed this.
That's what you claim.
It is.
Hawaiians love it. It might be ham, but yeah.
Anybody that's had Spam know that it's people. Honest to goodness, you think that your friends when they disappear, that's what they're in cans.
Straight to the Spam factory.
Spam. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, I feel very cool. I never get anything cool. I'm getting a new phone today. I feel special.
And it's going to recognize your face. That's how you're going to open it.
Yeah, but I saw that if you close your eyes, you can't do it. But if you open your eyes really quick, it will have facial recognition, and I'm fired up. So tomorrow, I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to see if your face will read my phone.
Let's do it. We do it live on the air?
We'll do it. We'll do it.
They'll be like, no, sorry, you are way too good looking to be Jeff Gorham. You cannot open this phone.
No way. There's no buttons on it. I hope it charges better. My phone takes forever to charge. They said it takes 30 minutes to charge. Fully.
Is that a long time? That sounds fast.
No, my phone right now takes like 9 hours.
It does?
It is a horrible phone. It's giant, it's bulky, and it dies. It goes from like 100% to like 4 in like a half hour.
Like that?
Yeah, no joke. So I got to get a new phone. I'm going to throw this one out the window.
This segment's brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Again, you can do all those things. Like, it doesn't matter if you're into track, lacrosse, golf, or football. They've got a strength and speed class. The first one is always absolutely free, and those class sizes are small, so you get the ultimate experience there. Check them out. BoostTrainingSystems.com is the website. We're talking about Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Twitter. Real quick, before we get to the NBA playoffs, the Dodgers just released their starting lineup for tonight. Who do you think starting at shortstop?
Kike.
It's Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor?
Yeah, Chris Taylor. Who do you think starting at second base?
Austin Barnes.
Chase Utley.
Come on.
Who do you think starting in center field?
Austin Barnes.
Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson.
Well, this is a weird lineup. I thought I was on the pulse of the Dodgers and what Dave Roberts might run out there today.
Dave Roberts is a dummy. They need to bring in Gary Adcock to replace him.
Seriously.
Yeah, Gary Adcock was his former teammate.
I would have Austin Barnes at second. Yes. I would have Kike at short, and I would keep Chris Taylor in center field. I would not move him to shortstop.
Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson's in center.
Oh, he's hitting the hell out of the ball.
I'd put young Jock in left.
But young Jock left out. Not left.
Well, you got to play somebody. Everyone's hurt. You got to play somebody.
That's right. Puig is hurt. Puig has a hurt foot. He's on the injured reserve, the DL, as they call it.
The DL.
The DL.
On the down low. He's on the down low. 10-day down low. But yeah, that's what the Dodgers lineup looks like right now as they're going to take on Arizona. Clayton Kershaw on the bump, trying to avoid his 5th loss of the season already. What is going on this year?
If they lose, do we start over? Is there a do-over?
Yeah, there's a reset button, just like the Nintendo Wii. Yeah, you just hit the reset.
Honestly, after tonight, if they lose again, he loses. Do we just cash in the season and look forward to next year?
No. Don't worry. All you have to do is get the Infinity Gauntlet, reverse time.
Go
back to opening day and just start over.
Dude, have you seen the Dodgers when they bat? It looks like they all turn to dust. Poof. The half of the dang lineup is just poof, disappeared.
They're just gone, invisible.
Disappeared.
Like they're not even there.
They're like the Avengers. Half of them are gone.
They're playing possum, Jeff. They're playing possum.
Playing possum.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. They're playing possum.
If Thanos shows up in center field tonight and wants to bat, let that guy bat.
Him do it.
They're doing it for baseball because they're playing possum. They want everybody else to feel they have a chance.
Hey, Greg might have a point.
They're making everyone. They're Angels fans. You guys got a shot.
They started slow last year.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. We're not. It's not even All-Star break yet. No.
Just like my dog Bear, he used to kill the possums all the time.
Exactly.
Half the time they'd get up and leave, and half the time they'd actually be dead. This might be one of the times the Dodgers are just still hanging out.
Maybe
they're in bad shape, but they're going to bounce back.
So when you noodle, you leave your arm there and you just play possum.
No.
For the catfish to come and you grab it, right?
I stick it straight in their neck and I feel around. And as soon as I feel that uvula, you know, the little thing that hangs down in the back of your throat, I grab it. I grab it and I yank it.
But that's what the Dodgers are going to do after All-Star break.
The Dodgers, I'll tell you what, maybe if Dodger fans actually paid attention to games. I've been watching a lot of baseball lately.
They don't pay attention?
No one pays attention to baseball. If you watch, I want everybody out there right now, put this on this. I'm telling you now, I watch a lot of baseball, more than I watch basketball. And if you look at the people sitting behind home plate, every single one of those damn people are on their damn phones.
Because they got to show the whole world where they're at. You got to show everybody.
I'm telling you this, though.
I got to check in from Dodger Stadium.
But little do you know that there's people out there that are going to try to rob you and say, hey, you're at Dodger Stadium? You're not going to be back in an hour?
Hey, you're not home.
Exactly.
Greg's not home right now.
I would not say where I'm at. I might say it afterwards. I was at Dodger Stadium, but I will not say
I'm at Dodger Stadium right now.
No, I'm not done.
But it's just ridiculous. I watch fans, and they've tried everything. Major League Baseball is trying to speed up the game of baseball, but people aren't paying attention. You and I did a game this past weekend.
I was just say that we did the County Clash at San Manuel Stadium, and after the game, you said, "Hey, you know what I saw the most here?" And I was thinking, I don't know. Was he thinking about the food? Was he thinking about like the great baseball that we saw, the Major League Baseball scouts? No, the thing that you saw was
people on their cell phones.
Yeah.
And there was a great pitching game out there.
Yeah, it was a great high school baseball game.
Unbelievable. And people aren't paying attention. You look around, there's people congregating around a beer cart, and they're not paying attention. And I blame it on the millennials. On all of those damn millennials. They want to, you know what? They want to speed the game up. They want to just be fans. Tell you what, just like in a good concert now, put away your damn phone.
Exactly.
And
enjoy the moment, right? Enjoy
and
the
watch
moment.
the game. You know, I'm taking Fast Johnny. We're going to go to an Angel game here in the next couple weeks. And I know, granted, he doesn't have a phone. He's 5. But there is no way I'm pulling my phone
Connor
out.
has a phone.
Connor does not have a phone. I yanked it from him.
He's gone?
Yanked it from him. You don't mess around in the Gorham household. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go to the game, and I'm going to teach my kids how to keep score. We're going to watch the game.
Take a mitt, take a glove, just in case.
Yes, of course, always.
Always.
And we're going to watch the game. I'm not going to let my kids look around. They're not going to go play. We're going to pay attention. I'm telling you, man, the millennials are killing baseball. But seriously, you watch games and
no, because remember, our camera guy was getting shots of all the fans at the county clash.
Yes,
and everyone was on their phones, and we were joking around. Oh, they're watching the game live on IEMG TV's YouTube channel.
Yes,
but no, they were on Instagram. They were on Twitter. They were taking selfies. They were doing the Snapchat filters. They weren't watching the game online. They were messing around.
Yeah. So when you're watching ESPN or you're watching whatever you watch, Fox. The Spectrum TV, you watch the Dodgers, you watch the Angels, you watch behind that plate. You see how many people are actually watching.
It's a waste of money. Why even buy a ticket? Just stay home.
Stay home and watch.
Or you just going just to get that one picture so you can put it on social media and be like, hey, look what I did tonight.
I was there.
You don't care about the game. You didn't watch the game, but you could say you went there and here's the picture to prove it.
Yes.
Now I'm cool.
It really bugs me. And it bugged me really bad the other day because we saw a high school kid who was amazing, was throwing the high
in the 90s,
the stinky cheese.
Oh, the high stinky sharp cheddar. I mean, the Major League Baseball scouts were there. It was a great game at San Manuel, nice little stadium. It was a live game broadcast, and we broadcasted it live on IEMG TV. The stars were aligned for a perfect night, and then there was people on their phones.
I think baseball is losing their fans, and I blame the millennials.
All of them.
I blame my wife. I blame my friends, those darn millennials. Hey, when you walk in the Gorham house, there are no phones allowed. No phones.
You take off your shoes.
You're darn right.
Put your phone down. No shoes, no phones.
No shoes, no phones.
Gotta go barefoot, no phones.
Or no service, buddy. Because I'll tell you what, you're in my house. You're gonna hang out. We're gonna have family time. We're gonna
talk.
School. Yes.
We're gonna
read books. We're gonna conversate. Exactly.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. I think Jeff is off his soapbox. I think he's done. He's really angry about you millennials out there and your technology. Makes him mad. Yeah, he's on it right now. He's on his phone.
Hey, guess what?
He's on his phone.
Guess what?
Guess what?
My phone is getting turned off in 3 minutes.
Technology.
Turn it off because I have my new one.
If it wasn't for your millennial wife getting you the iPhone 10, you wouldn't have it.
That's true.
Right, Jeff?
I'm very excited for my facial recognition.
When we come back, we'll talk NBA playoffs and the latest on this big expose, this big report about Kawhi Leonard and what is going on with him in San Antonio. We'll have the latest. When we come back, it's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. If you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle run's for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here, all right? It's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin, all right? So when I say he's going to drop down really fast, all right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand underneath his chin. Ready? Set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. In and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body run. He's going to lateral run coming out. And then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut. and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Take it back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
And Jeff Gorham.
Ooh-wee. I was just chomping on some ice.
Just a great song.
Is it?
Oh, you're darn right it is.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can buy, you can trade, you can finance SUVs, sports cars, mini vans, whatever you want.
Okay.
Catalano Cars will find it for you. Yeah.
$1,000.
Okay.
If you can name this group. $1,000 right now.
Can I look at the wall?
No. Look at me right in the eyes.
CatalanoCars.com. Catalano Motors off Temescal Canyon Road in Corona.
$1,000. Don't look. Just look at me. Eyeballs to eyeball.
Casey and the Sunshine.
Nope. You don't get $1,000.
Who is it?
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan?
Oh, yeah. No?
You're wrong. You owe me $1,000.
Who is it?
One.
Boss Skaggs. Boss Skaggs, though, did perform with Steely Dan several times. Also performed with Steve
That doesn't
Miller.
make them the same band.
Whatever. Just, I don't know.
You're
no
out.
one knows
You're out at the
$1,000.
plate. Play at the plate. You're out.
I'm sorry. I interrupted Catalano Motors, too.
Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Ask for their weekly special.
Okay. All right. Dang it.
All right. We got to talk about this Kawhi Leonard story because he doesn't really talk. His group,
he's a mute.
His personal little circle, right? Jeff doesn't talk. But ESPN just released this full, I'm calling it an expose because it goes really deep. There's lots of layers to this thing, and they went way deep on it. Basically, here's a couple of the big takeaways on this because, again, Kawhi Leonard has a quad injury. The Spurs doctor said, Kawhi, you're fine, you can play. Kawhi Leonard went out and his group, I should say him, but his group went out and found a second opinion from another doctor, and they're saying, no, he's not ready to play. And he has been away from the team. He has not been with them. So that's been the big point of contention. So here's the big takeaways on this expose that ESPN just put out this afternoon. So one is Kawhi's agent, Mitch Frankel, and Kawhi's uncle, Dennis Robertson, they've taken control of the entire situation. They went out, they found another doctor to find out what's going on. They have been the mouthpiece for Kawhi Leonard. They have gained control of the whole thing. According to this ESPN story, and this is from several current and former colleagues of Kawhi and the Spurs and just people around the NBA, they describe Kawhi's uncle as very difficult, and they portray him as an ambitious family member trying to parlay, as I'm reading it right off the story, trying to parlay his nephew's success into his own marketing company. But he's very loyal to Kawhi, and Kawhi is very loyal to him because in 2008, Kawhi's father was murdered. And he feels a deep connection with his uncle. So they've got each other's back. For better or for worse, they're going to go down with the ship. They are together. So his uncle and his agent went out and found another doctor, a very highly acclaimed doctor, a doctor that works with, I think it was the New Jersey Devils of the NHL. There was the basketball team. Was it the Knicks?
It was the Knicks. That's why he's in New York.
Yes. That's why he was in New York. He went and found a second opinion. So that's the big one. The one big takeaway is Kawhi's uncle and agent have gained control of the situation. The ball's no longer in the Spurs' court. They are handling everything. They are doing what they believe is best in Kawhi's interest. The second is they believe there's a misdiagnosis. They believe the Spurs doctors have diagnosed the quad injury as one thing, and Kawhi's group and their doctor believes it's something else.
They believe, the Spurs believe it's a bruise, a muscle bruise to the quadriceps. The second opinion says it is a hardening of the ligament or tendon that connects the knee to the quad.
Now, from my standpoint, I don't know anything about those medical terms. It sounds almost it sounds very similar, but they're very, very different. It's a different diagnosis, so you treat it differently. So they believe that the Spurs treated him for one thing, but it's not. They believe it's not the problem. It's something else. Why weren't they treating him for this something else? So treating a muscle issue compared to a tendon issue, the way they describe it in the story, is two very, very different things. And I think that's why the point of this, the contention between the two sides is he's still hurt because you have not treated the original issue. And they're saying, no, that's not the Spurs are saying, no, that's not the issue. We know what the issue is, and we figured it out, and he's good to go.
Yes, the Spurs are saying that they should be able to play, take a day off, play again. But the problem is they're saying that Kawhi's second doctor, his personal doctor, says he feels fine the day of the game. He feels fine the night after the game. It's the middle of the second day. They're saying he gets a muscle fatigue that he's not able to go.
It sets in after the game.
Yeah, a day later.
Yes.
That they say. So that second day he's supposed to be playing, he's not being able to do so, according to his personal doctor.
It's very interesting. And basically, in the end, there's no resolution. I mean, we still don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the relationship between the Spurs and Kawhi has been fractured, that the Spurs are just going to trade him, which they could get a lot in return. If they trade him, they could get a ton of value. Or do they hold on to him for another year, then he'll be a free agent, and he'll be free wherever he wants to go. He'll be able to walk. But right now, I mean, we're in the offseason now. I mean, how do you handle this going into the offseason just in terms of his health? Who's going to, who's calling the shots now? I guess it's still Kawhi's group on how they're going to handle getting this quad back to where they feel like he can play on an everyday basis in the NBA.
Well, let's look at the franchise right now, the Spurs. And I'm going to say it in a nutshell here. You lose Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was the staple of that, that program with Greg Popovich. Duncan retires. Popovich says he was going to retire. He can't retire. We've talked about this. His wife just passed away. You would think maybe he would think about stepping away, but he has a contract to coach the next Olympic team, which makes sense that he would stay on as the Spurs coach as long as Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, those guys stay intact. He's going to stay there. But the tentacles of the Spurs are now, you do lose your wife. You're the head coach. Does he want to come back and coach? The husband and wife, the primary owners, the owners of the franchise are divorcing. This could be a Frank McCourt issue where the team could just be ripped apart, could be sold off, and it's not the same franchise. The franchise had always been Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker,
Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich.
That was the deal. I had assumed that Pau Gasol, I had assumed Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker were all going to retire at the end of this year. It doesn't sound like they're retiring. Tony Parker's contract is up, but he says he wants to re-sign in a minor role. I'm okay with that, as long as it's a minor role. Manu Ginobili says he will know when he's ready to give it up, but it doesn't sound like they're going to give it up.
He's still throwing down dunks. I don't know.
He's 40 years old. Pau Gasol, another guy, shouldn't be playing. He's too long in the tooth. Does Kawhi Leonard want all of that? With all of those tentacles out there that are changing the landscape of that franchise.
Contractually, he has another year, unless the Spurs decide to trade him. So it's not his choice for at least one more year. But
they can offer him $229 million?
They can, but again, we were talking about the divorce.
Yes. Will they be able to?
Will they have the appetite, the ability to offer him that Supermax contract?
And that Supermax contract would make him the highest paid professional athlete in history with that contract. It's a 5-year deal, $229 million. If he does not sign with San Antonio, he will get $35 million less anywhere else. So if they do a sign and trade, maybe the Lakers, maybe now they were saying Philadelphia, that's not a bad fit for Kawhi Leonard. If you're going to go anywhere in the East, because I don't see Popovich sending him out west. He's said many times, I'm not going to send him anywhere.
That's his cardinal rule. If Popovich is the head coach, he's not going to send him to another Western Conference team.
No, so I would assume if they are going to trade, they would probably trade with Philadelphia. Philadelphia has that space. Believe it or not, as good as they are, they have the space to accommodate a guy like Kawhi Leonard.
A couple other quick takeaways from this big ESPN expose on Kawhi Leonard. His sister runs Kawhi Leonard's official Instagram. So you think it might be him, but it's not him. It's actually his sister.
It's a fan-based Instagram.
Yeah, so it looks like his official verified Instagram account. It is, but dude, come on. Kawhi Leonard is not on social media. Anything you see out there, it's not from him. His sister runs it. The other thing is, they were saying that if Greg Popovich chose to coach in the playoffs after the death of his wife, that Kawhi Leonard was going to return back to the team and be on the bench. That was his plan. He wanted to support Pop in that way, but we saw Popovich stepped away from the team. He did not coach those final 3 playoff games. So Kawhi decided to stay in New York. But they said, according to this report, he was planning to return and be with the Spurs in these last couple of playoff games for Pop.
Yeah, and they did talk about this. The one other thing I want to say is he's not a guy that's going to warrant endorsements. The only thing he endorsed is Wingstop. Did you see that? Because it's the only thing he enjoys. He said he enjoys wings, so he enjoys Wingstop. He would eat there. That was the only endorsement that he had.
Besides the Jordan brand.
Besides the Jordan brand, the claws, they called it. So I don't think Kawhi Leonard's looking to make a ton of money off endorsements. It'd be nice to see him play basketball. It'd be nice to hear from Kawhi Leonard, not from his people, not from anyone else, but from Kawhi himself.
All right, we'll be back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM with a very special guest, Dami Lee Jones. We'll be back.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd. And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. It's been a great Tuesday show, Jeff. It's only getting better right now.
Well, you know, did you ever watch the show Entourage on HBO?
I dabbled. Not really, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
These guys right here they're the real true
Which
life.
one's Turtle? Who's that guy, Turtle?
Is this Turtle? We got
a volunteer.
I'm telling you right now, these guys are my idols.
You got a volunteer.
They're my idols. I don't follow too many people on the gram or around the World Wide Web, but these gentlemen right here, they are rock stars.
Living the high life,
They're
right?
like the Rat Pack of the Inland Empire. You've got the guys that are a lot like, you know, Sammy Davis Jr. You've got the Frank Sinatra of the group. These guys are the greatest. And I'm telling you, I'm kind of nervous being in the room with these guys.
It's going to be a very big segment. We're going to talk about the Leela Project, and this segment's brought to you by our friends at Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels, they all go to Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass and his team. I told you, from lacrosse to golf, baseball, basketball, football, they do it all. Youth, high school, trying to make the varsity team, scholarship. Check them out, boosttrainingsystems.com. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Twitter. And check out their strength and speed class. The first one is always absolutely free, and they keep those class sizes small so you get the max out of each of those classes. All right, we're talking about the Leela Project here. One of our friends, we call him Dommy Lee Jones. The great Dommy Lee. Dominic Verrett.
The king.
Actually, the king of the gram.
He is the king of the gram.
Dom, don't be shy. Get it right up on the mic. Jeff and I are extra loud, so you got to get right up on the mic just like us. But, man, dude, we love the Leela Project. We don't put our names on a lot of things. You probably noticed that. We don't put our names on a lot of things.
That.
We love the Leela Project. We love what you do, what you're about. Especially, you know, there's a lot of, I would say, young adults, young men in our community that need some guidance. They just need someone to love on them. What you guys do at the Leela Project is unbelievable. Can you describe just kind of the overall umbrella of what you guys do?
So our main focus is to engage, educate, and empower. So what we do is we just want to get out there, get our hands dirty, meet cool people, meet cool young men that need help developing, and engage with them and educate them and empower them to do whatever it is they want to do through education, academics, a special skill or trade. I mean, we do as much as we can for the community. I was born and raised here, so just trying to do my part to give back.
Now, you got a whole group in studio. I mean, Jeff calls you the Entourage. Kind of like a boy band, too. Like, I feel like there's a boy band in studio with us today.
Hey, they might be.
Arthur knows what I'm talking about.
They might be too tough to call them a boy band. They're kind of like the Rat Pack. I'm telling you, man. They are Vegas.
We got a couple tough guys, couple preppy. Like, this guy's straight out of the Banana Republic catalog. I mean, we got, this guy's shirt tucked in. I mean,
he might have been in Mary Poppins. I'm just saying.
Dommy Lee Jones, who'd you bring in studio with us today?
This is Raphael. This is our community director. He does a lot for us in terms of community throughout the IE. And then I have Peter. He's our executive director. He's the meat. I mean, all of our grants, anything we have to write or to publish, he gets it done. And then we have Arthur Burns,
football star.
Yeah, all athletics. He works with our boys. He's actually a trainer at Boost as well. I saw you at Boost. Shout out.
Love Boost.
Yeah. So. We're a team. We're trying to get after it, and we got some cool things planned for the summer.
Now, you've got the Barbers and Backpacks event coming up again this summer. It's June 23rd at Dos Lagos. 24th?
Yep, June
24th. At Dos Lagos, down in that Corona area. Nice shopping center down there. So you guys give away haircuts, right? The backpacks, because there's a lot of those might seem like basic necessities, but there are young men out there that don't even get some of those basic necessities. That's where you guys step in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for us to connect with the boys and help them through education. But most importantly, like, just get out there and have a real good community vibe and bring people together. But the location this year is different. Last year we had it in Paris at the Olive Crest Center. Pete right now will tell you a little bit about the location and how cool it is and how awesome it is going to be to get people around the boys.
We're having it at Dos Lagos this year, and I think it's extremely significant why we're having it at this place. Last year, we had it in a cul-de-sac. we had about 200 boys and 20 barbers. Now we have 600 boys.
600?
Yes, 600. 600 and 60 barbers. So we needed a bigger venue. We still have the block party vibe going really thick. We want the boys to feel genuine at home. We have it at Dos Lagos. Anybody that's been to the area, they're very familiar with how they have it barred off in the middle during Christmas time. There's a lot of events that happen there, singing competitions, all the kinds of sorts. And we're going to be doing the Leela Project event there, Barbers and Backpacks. So it's about to be a really big deal. I think everybody should come out, y'all especially. We need this kind of energy over there. We need you guys gassing us up.
Look at Jeff. He's pure energy.
I am pure.
Look at him.
Pure energy. I have a quick question. Now, the Leela Project, where does the name come from? How did you guys start this? And, what year? Just give us a rundown on when this started.
So, Leela is actually, there was a lady who's dear to me, my grandma. She was born in India. She moved to the United States, chasing education, and she'd go back and forth and do philanthropy and give back. And so, in my family, service and community is extremely important. And when she passed a couple years back, I felt like the only way to continue her legacy was to do what she taught. And so I named it after her. And so that's what it's about. All we do is give, and we try to create an environment of empathy and love. And so that's what we do in our community.
And you guys have done several things besides the backpacks. Last year, I think you guys handed out, somebody gave away sleeping bags to the young men as well.
Yeah, so one of the things that we want the young guys to be like well-versed in the community and just be just dynamic. And so we've had a senior citizen dinner where we had the boys come out.
That's right.
And feed senior citizens. We've had the homeless events. We've done stuff with single moms. Everything along the lines, anything around service. So,
we got Arthur Burns over here too, a local football star. Arthur, I mean, do you try to round up some of your old football guys and say, guys, you know what? This is a great way to show that we're still plugged in our local community, and a great way to give back.
Yeah, it's definitely a great way to give back, and I definitely want to try and encourage not even people that I went to school with, but other guys around the community that play sports that have been a big part in the community. To also give back, to not always just take away from the community, but also to give back. And that's just something that I really hold dear to my heart, because that's something my grandma also brought me up on. Was definitely service and giving back and helping others, and not always receiving, but also giving back. So that's definitely something that I really do like to encourage, and also get other athletes into, especially people. I'd rather have a lot of guys around me that I know.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
And I know a lot of guys too, like they want to give back, they want to do something, but they don't know where to go or how to do it. This is a great opportunity. So, hey, here's a chance for me to do something in my own backyard and really make a difference here. Dami Lee Jones, let me ask you, other athletes? You got any athlete names that we might recognize coming out to help with the barbers and backpacks?
Al Martin will be in attendance. He'll be speaking to the boys.
Is he an avocado farmer?
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that a real story?
Yes, that's a real story.
Former Major League Baseball star?
Yeah, he owns an avocado farm out in Temecula. He'll be coming out. He played on the Pirates 10 seasons.
Yeah, he was a stud.
I think he's hit over 300 home runs, or right under 300 home runs. He's like my mentor. Good guy. He'll be out there. Brandon McGee has confirmed that he's going to come by, stop by.
The local Bo Jackson, right?
Yeah, Bo
pro
Jackson.
football, pro
basketball,
baseball.
Yeah, so we got some guys. I got a couple surprises for you guys as well.
Oh.
But yeah, it's going to be a good event. There's a ton of ways to get involved and to donate and to just join our team. I'm gonna let Rafa get you guys dialed in.
Rafa, so if someone out there's listening right now, how can they get involved? Maybe they just can they make a donation? Can they volunteer
there's a lot
their
of
time?
ways for them to get involved. One of them being our website, so theleelaproject.org, along with our platforms like social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So at the Leela Project. So just go ahead and follow us if you want to donate. Just visit those websites and they can get involved.
All right, so that's June 24th, correct? Sunday, June 24th, 1 to 5 p.m.
Yep.
Dos Lagos, Barbers and Backpacks. Guys, you do such wonderful things in the community. And again, if you're listening out there, maybe you know someone that could benefit from this. Maybe you want to get involved. You just heard all the information. In fact, if you're watching us live online right now, we have the graphic up on the screen, and there's a phone number. Is that your personal cell, Dami Lee?
Call me.
You can call them directly. Say, I want to help. I want to get involved. Maybe you know someone that could use some help. But yeah, so the Leela Project, man, we're excited to have you guys on. We appreciate that. All the cool things that you guys do. How's my boy Miles Reed doing? We had him on the show a couple I don't know, weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Wow, I got you in here. I asked you about Miles Reed.
Yeah, might as well, man. That's my little brother. Love him to death, you know what I mean? But he's doing all right. They just had their spring game. He did pretty well, had a couple of good runs. Definitely got down the field a little bit, did some blocking. So I'm definitely proud of him. Glad to see him doing this thing in college, man. It's really great to see my little brother doing this thing.
Was your family just breed running backs? Like, I mean, just running backs all over the place.
I mean, I feel like we kind of do. My uncle actually played the running back. My mom, she kind of got like a little shorter running back.
She probably has some skills. I had a couple moves in her.
Yeah. I've run from plenty of belts, so you know what I
mean. All right, that's the Leela Project. And again, more information. It's coming up June 24th, but we're going to put more information on all our social media platforms as well here with Inland Sports. Yes.
15-0. Centennial's going 15-0. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, so let me do some math. So that's 14-0. So that's a CIF Southern Section championship, and then also a state title. They're that good. Who's the quarterback? Doesn't matter. Matt Logan's still there, right? So you're all good. He is the man, the legend in the IE. When we come back, we'll talk Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. They're coming up right here on Fox Sports IE at 6:50. We'll have the wild finish last night, the dramatic radio call from old Skoggy Skog, Mike Lindskog. We'll be back. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash stance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skill player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance. I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, a huge thanks to the Leela Project. They have such a great reputation in Corona and the entire Inland Empire for the things they do to give back. So, I know we give them a mouthpiece to kind of, get the word out, but really, it's a privilege to have them in studio as well because they do so many amazing things right here in our own backyard. So please, if you can help them out, it's coming up on June 24th, the Barbers and Backpacks. It's a cool deal. They're very involved with the foster youth here locally, and they give them some leadership, mentorship. They go out and just do fun things, and just love on some of these young men that they don't, they might need some adult figures, positive adult figures in their life.
Well, they're great guys, very nice, very well dressed though. Do you notice each of them have their own
I thought
style.
it was like an NSYNC reunion in here. Why don't they get back together or something?
Yeah,
or
the one guy was dressed like a young Dick Van Dyke, and then you had the tough guy, the big running back stud,
Arthur Burns, man. It looks like he still tote that.
Oh
rock.
man!
Yeah.
And then Tommy Lee Jones, he's just the coolest. He's the ringleader of the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's dressed to the nines, a nice jacket, perfectly
all
coiffed.
tucked in.
Oh yeah, I want to be part of that group.
Yeah, you would stick out like a sore thumb if you tried
They're
to
like
join
the
their
fearsome
little group.
foursome.
Yeah.
What would you wear, Jeff?
Yeah, what would you wear? How would you fit in?
Pep knows
with
how.
the Leela Project.
Okay, here's how I'd roll. I would wear my.
This is how Jeff rolls,
Here's how I
guys.
roll. And Pep knows I would wear my saddle shoes. I get a pair.
Oh, you have some.
I do love the saddle shoes.
Yeah.
I have white Bucks. They're all white, but they're saddle shoes. And you use a rosin bag to keep them white. Did you know that?
No.
So I have a pair of those. I haven't worn them in years because I'm fat now. I'm really fat. Let's just be honest here. And then I would go sweater vest and a long sleeve shirt and some nice pants, and I'd be cool. Just cool.
You would fit right in.
I'd wear a cool hat, a dandy hat.
You would?
Yeah, damn right I would.
Like a fedora or something?
Just something that make me look like a dandy boy. And I'm telling you what, the 24th, I might show up dressed to the nines just so I can feel like I'm part of that group. See, they're a foursome. They need a fifth. You know what that would be? A pentavern. A pentavern.
Didn't know that.
That's five. I'm telling you, I want to be part of that pentavern.
Quartet.
I don't want the quartet. I want the pentavern. I want to be the fifth guy. I want to be like the fifth Beatle.
Well, you just shaved your head. Maybe you could, from this point, not shave your head until June 24th, and they can shave it for you at the event.
Nah, because then I'll just look bad. I'll just look like an old man with a gray beard and bad hair. It's like
there's that weird, big, creepy guy.
The guy, he's got a cul-de-sac on the top of his head. Look at it. He just grows it on the sides.
All right, this segment is brought to you by Ken's Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire. They are a staple of the IE, and they are taking care of all of your sporting gear needs. And Letterman's jackets. Team sales as well. That's kensportinggoods.com. All right, so Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes lost a heartbreaker last night. Nuts to the Modesto Nuts. 8-7 was the final score, but it was a very dramatic finish in that game. Rancho Cucamonga was down by 4. It was the bottom of the ninth. The bases were loaded. There were 2 outs, and the Quakes, well, they had a chance to win it. Here is the Skog Dog.
Skogginator.
Mike Skoggy Skog with the call.
2-2 again on the way to Omar. Line drive into center field. Unable to make the catch. Solano dives and misses. How far will Estevez go? He rounds second. He's on his way to third. He's going to get the green light. Here comes the throw. It's up the line. Estevez will retreat back to the bag at third. And he is out. Unbelievable. The most shocking finish I think I've ever seen in my life. Estevez had rounded third. He then retreated to the bag at third base, and he's out by a mile.
I think Mike Lindskog lost his mind. He was all into it. He was fired up. He thought they were going to tie it up and send it to extra.
Oh, Lindskog. In the park.
Man. Like an inside the park grand slam in the bottom of the night. I don't know, but Mike Lindskog had never seen one, and he about lost his mind last night.
The Skogginator sounded like he was a broken man, and he's got another call tonight.
Man, he's a broken man with a broken heart after that 8-7 loss. So close. But they're going to play again tonight right here on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM. Pregame 650. All right, we were talking about the Raiders, and they're moving to Las Vegas, and we're like, hey, maybe they should change their names. The Las Vegas I don't know.
Sinners. The straight sinners. Because anybody that's the Raiders, they're all sinners. Raider fans, definitely sinners.
But it got us to thinking. There's been a lot of teams moving around, new cities, new team names. So Cullen over here came up with some real juicy ones of teams, professional teams, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, that have moved around, changed cities, changed their name, changed their identity. Maybe the Raiders should do it, but let's see. Let's hear some old ones.
Is this going to be the origin, like an origin story of like the New York Knicks per se? Is that how we're doing this?
This isn't a quiz format because I was going to quiz Jeff.
Oh, I want to go against Pat.
Let's battle.
Let's battle.
7 minutes.
All right, let's do this.
To battle it out here on the Inland Sports Show.
33-19 Raptors over Cavaliers. Minute left in the first quarter.
Hold on, what?
33-19 Raptors, baby.
33-19 Raptors?
Raptors.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, didn't see that coming. All right.
All right, let's start with some warm-ups. From the
easy
MLB ones. For Jeff, from the MLB.
MLB.
Montreal Expos are now playing in the Major League Baseball as what team? Montreal Expos are now...
Come on, Jeff. He said it's a gimme. This is the easy.
This is a warm-up one.
He put it on the tee. All you got to do is hit it and run down to first. Right?
The Marlins.
Are you kidding me?
The Rays. The Rays.
Hold on. Are you acting right now?
The Rays.
Is this a skit?
You want to steal this one?
The Nationals, Jeff.
Oh, the Washington Nationals. All right, yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
You wouldn't have?
No.
Okay.
All right, Pep. In the NBA, the Seattle Supersonics are now playing.
Oh, that's easy.
As
Oklahoma City. Back to Jeff.
Oh,
I'm like 2-0. I'm like 2-0, man.
Come on, the Seattle. Hey,
right,
Seattle's
Jeff.
coming back, by the way. They're going to be back.
You want to go NFL?
I don't care. Sure, why not?
Right, NFL.
You're off to a great start. It doesn't matter.
The Decatur Staleys.
What the hell are you talking about?
Wait, hold on. Can you
Get
say
off
that one
the
more time?
show. Why does he do this to me, not you? The Decatur Staleys.
He gave me the Sonics. He gave me the Sonics. Wait, say it again,
The
Colin.
Decatur Staleys. I think I'm saying it right. 1921.
Decatur.
Sure.
Decatur.
Sure.
Does it matter? Okay,
At this point, it doesn't matter. 1921.
Oh, Decatur. Now I got it.
Oh, yeah, the Decatur. Okay,
If
Decatur.
that helps, Jeff.
Okay.
The Staleys in 1921 became what current NFL franchise?
The Staleys? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Chicago Bears.
Very good, Jeff.
Yeah!
Wait, how did... Because Decatur's in Illinois. Right? Is that why you guessed
Hey,
that?
don't worry about it. I just knew it.
Right.
That was a good one. That was a
bounce
good
back
one.
win.
That was a good bounce back. That pulled that one out. I didn't know it. It was
Decatur.
good.
All right, Pep. Let's stay in the NFL for you. Portsmouth Spartans are now what current NFL franchise? Portsmouth Spartans.
Portsmouth? The Spartans? You know this, Jeff? You're smiling.
I think I might.
No.
Yeah, I might.
All right, I'm going to pass. I'll kick it back over to Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
I have no idea.
It's got to be New England Patriots.
No, wait. Can I have one guess real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Pep.
I would say it's got to be somewhere up in the Northeast.
The Green Bay Packers.
Nope.
Buffalo Bills.
Cleveland Browns.
New York Jets.
Now we're just...
Jets.
Detroit Lions.
Oh, I was going to say Detroit.
No one goes to Detroit.
I'm sure you were.
No one. Okay. Whose turn is it?
It's
My
your turn.
Okay,
All right,
good.
Jeff, your turn.
Decatur.
Major League Baseball. Seattle Pilots are now playing as...
Oh, boy.
Mariners.
Now it's getting hard.
No.
Wait. The Pilots.
Now it's getting real.
They changed cities and names.
Oh,
I'll give you a hint.
okay.
Oh.
If they were
No,
the
Decatur,
Pilots,
yeah.
if they were the Pilots, let's go with the Houston Astros.
Don't tell me that's right.
Houston.
If he got that
No.
right, I'm going to be mad.
Oh, it sounded
Pep, you
good,
wanna
though.
try to steal this one?
Can I go for the steal?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Seattle Pilots are now... Wait, what?
No, I think I know it. Go ahead.
The Kansas City Royals.
No.
San Diego Padres.
Milwaukee Brewers, Jeff.
That was my next guess. Dang it. Okay, next one.
Is it Pep's turn?
Yeah, it's
Pep's
my
turn.
turn.
All right. Your Sacramento Kings
Yes.
Oh,
once resided in what city?
Kansas City.
There you go.
that's
All right, Jeff.
Back to you,
All
Jeff.
right,
we
Jeff.
just talked about
I
this.
got the
Reggie
Sonics.
Theus.
I got the Nationals.
Oh, that's the worst. You gave his
No,
favorite
back
team.
to you,
All
Jeff.
right, I'll give you your favorite team. Your
Minneapolis.
Golden State Warriors. Were formerly in what city, Jeff?
Golden State Warriors were from
Your first favorite or second favorite team right now?
Second favorite. I thought he was going to say Lakers, Minneapolis.
Are the Jazz number one right now?
Jazz hands. Yeah, Jazz is right this week and the Yankees. Yankees. Let's see here. The Warriors came from. It wasn't New Orleans because that was the Jazz.
San Diego.
The Warriors were from New York.
No.
Damn it.
Pep, you want to try?
I can't go for the steal. No.
Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Warriors. 1962 became the Golden State Warriors.
He's really trying to trick me.
Yeah. And he comes over to me.
Hey, here's the Kings. Here, buddy. Here's your favorite team.
The Baltimore Ravens came from what town?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Pep.
Yes.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
Come on!
Just kidding. All right. The Washington Wizards.
That was the best one. You got to give. That was funny. That was funny.
By way of a few name
say
changes. Washington Wizards.
Okay.
Currently the Washington Wizards.
Yes.
By way of a few name changes, originated in what city with what team name?
I know it.
Before the Bullets, before the Washington Bullets, obviously they were in a different city. You know this?
Different city.
You don't know this.
Baltimore, right?
Jeff.
Oh.
The Baltimore Bullets.
Yeah,
Correct.
thank you. I knew that.
Jeez, Jeff.
Wow, Jeff with the steal.
Yeah, steal.
Okay.
All right, Jeff.
Chargers are from San Diego, by the way. I got that one. That one's mine.
Originally the Los Angeles stuff.
That one's mine.
Did you know that? They were a
L.A. to San Diego, back to L.A.
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
In 1972, the Washington Senators moved and took on a new mascot. They are now what Major League Baseball team?
Wait, what team?
The Senators?
The Washington Senators. And remember, I got all this from a third-party source, so if I get anything wrong, just,
wait a
just
second.
yell at Jeff on Twitter, at Jeffrey Gorham.
Yes, good idea.
The Senators would be... I don't know that one. I don't know. I'd say that. I don't know.
I'm going to guess the Orioles.
No.
You know it?
Oh, yeah, the Twins.
No.
No? Is that what you're talking about off the air? No? It's not the Twins?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, let's do another. Let's do another one. All right, forget this. Do another one. That was just horrible. Let's do another one more. Go to Pep.
Yeah, one more.
One more. All right. NFL. The Dallas Texans are what current NFL team?
The Dallas Texans?
Yes.
So it's not Cowboys.
No,
That'd be too
hold
obvious,
on.
right?
Oh.
They've changed a couple times, haven't they?
Yeah.
Have they changed 2 times?
I'm not sure. I just know what they are now. And they changed cities and names.
So it was the
That's
Dallas
what I was thinking.
to Houston.
The Tennessee Titans?
No.
Oh.
It's not?
I don't know.
The Dallas Texans.
Houston Oilers, no.
No, it's like current. They're currently in the NFL, right?
Atlanta Falcons.
No.
New Orleans Saints.
No.
Arizona Cardinals.
No.
Vikings.
Los Angeles Raiders.
Yeah. Come on, give us it.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh,
Is that right?
I don't know.
Don't ask me.
Okay, one more.
Yeah, we can't end on
One
that.
more. Oh,
This is up for grabs.
All right.
Anybody in this room, up for grabs.
Go ahead. We're waiting.
The Baltimore Orioles were known as what in 1954?
I don't know. Baltimore. I don't. Can't. Come on, that's a horrible one.
You want a different one?
Yeah.
What was the answer?
Well, yeah, what was it?
The St. Louis Browns, according to my source.
Oh, that was okay.
According to your source. Okay.
Come on.
All right.
One more.
The Detroit Pistons, originally from what city?
Fort Wayne.
Is it?
Yes.
That is correct, Jeff.
Okay, well, let's go out like that. That was a big
All right, that was a good one.
That
That was
a good
quick.
juicy
That was very quick. Okay.
When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, speaking of the Fort Wayne Pistons, we'll talk NBA playoffs, and Steph Curry is back. We'll update the score as the Raptors have ran out to an early lead on LeBron James and the Cavaliers. We'll be back. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We are brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and spoil your car. Get in there, get the oil change and the wiper blades. It's raining out there. A little bit, a little sprinkle. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. So we had a high-speed chase that developed down here in the LA area. It made it over the Grapevine, up the 5, over the Grapevine. And then down into Bakersfield. And it's still going on. It's an RV.
He's in a Bago, man. He's driving a Bago.
Is it Jim Walker?
It is Jim Walker.
Former Redlands football coach in the big Winnebago? No, it's not him. I'm missing.
He's got to coach a game in the Great White North. He's going to go all the way to Canada, eh?
Hey.
Some guy's driving a Bago across.
It's a big RV.
Big Winnebago.
And he went over the Grapevine. That's not an easy trek to go up and, through Gorman, Fraser Mountain, to the other side.
Through Gorham. Gorham. You know there's a Gorham in Maine.
Is there a Gorham in California?
No.
Are you sure?
Is there?
There might be.
Oh, I know there's.
I've been to Gorham.
You've been to Gorham in California?
It's a very sad, desolated. It's littered.
There's a Gorham College back in Maine. In Gorham,
only for the very best.
Only for the very, very best. Hey, we have a update of the score.
Let's go. Do we have an earthquake?
Yeah,
we got stuff falling off the walls.
Toronto is going at Cleveland. Looks like LeBron's going to be really tired again.
Well, he's already tired. That's the thing. Like, he couldn't even catch his breath. Now he's going to be in another battle, which will probably go 7 games against the top-seeded Toronto. What's the score?
44-32, Toronto. LeBron James has 9 points to lead the way for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and DeMar DeRozan with 11, and we're here in 6 minutes left in the second. 44-32.
LeBron can't catch a break because he just battled through a 7-game series where he put the entire team on his back, and he led them to the second round. I'm laughing because I was listening to Colin Cowherd on the way in today, another one of our Fox Sports colleagues here on Fox Sports IE, and he was laughing because there was that satirical website, The Onion?
Yes.
So I guess they had a headline. It said, LeBron James thanks his teammates so that the Cavaliers could have 4 other players on the floor so they would not have to forfeit the game.
Ooh. Yeah.
Basically, all they're doing is taking up space. They're not really helping. They're just there.
Do you remember that trade a few months back where they sent Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr.? Do you remember all the people saying how wonderful the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to be, how much better they were?
They got George Hill from the Kings. Yeah. They made some minor moves.
Do you remember me saying that they were going to be scouted and they were finally, they started off really hot and everybody's like, oh, they're so much better.
Yeah, they did start off hot.
Yeah, do you remember me saying that they were going to be scouted and that it was a pyrite, fool's gold?
You go straight to Calico Ghost Town.
You're darn right.
Fake.
It was all fake, and I knew would not come to fruition. What have those Lakers done for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Nothing. Jordan Clarkson, nothing. They haven't even moved the meter. Larry Nance comes in, gets a couple dunks. Other than that, see ya.
That was not a sound effect. That was Jeff.
That was me. It was horrible. Just horrible.
Yeah, and now reality's setting in on the Cleveland Cavaliers. It really is just LeBron. Just him pulling all the weight, putting the team on his shoulders. And right now, he gave everything he had to will Cleveland to the second round. And now it's like, dude, it's starting all over again, like Groundhog's Day. Like, he's having to carry the team against another really good quality opponent in Toronto, and he's going to have to load them up and carry them through another 7-game series. I bet you it goes all 7. I bet you it's going to be a battle.
Well, I will say this. If they do win the first 2 in Toronto, I will say series over, and we say Toronto finally has LeBron James' number. But there's a big game, even bigger name. My Warriors. My hashtag, my Warriors.
Wait, what happened to your Jazz?
Utah's my other team, right? They're my team of the week. Utah Jazz is my team of the week, along with the New York Yankees. I told you this earlier.
Yeah.
New York, they're starting to play well. Judge is starting to hit the ball.
Jeff likes the front runners.
I do. And I'll tell you what, whoever is hot this week is going to be my team. Utah Jazz is
Wait, hold on. So the Lakers are your team forever.
Forever.
And the Warriors are your team this year. But the Jazz are your team this week.
This week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's hot.
It's my team. Pep and I have
It's hot
discussed
with Gorham.
this. Every single week I'm going to have a different team, and this week I'm going to say this. Steph Curry and the Warriors, it's a blessing that Steph Curry's come back. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, Steph Curry, you can't throw him in there with those guys. He's not used to playing with them. He's been playing with them for a long time.
Yeah, they won a title together.
They've won 2 titles together.
Yeah, leave them alone.
And they'll be just fine. He makes the team much better, and I look for them. I don't know if it'll be a sweep, but if he's
it might be.
It could be a
It
sweep.
might be. I think it might be.
It could be an easy road for the Warriors. I don't know how easy a road it will be for the Rockets and Jazz, because I do think Utah is very well coached. They're a team a lot like the Celtics. They play very well together. They're coached well. They talk. They do all the little things to make themselves pretty good. And I think that they're going to give the Rockets a game or 2.
I think the Jazz do get one in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is one of those few places it's really tough to win. Like, even though they might not be one of the higher seeded teams, whether they're the 5 seed, I guess, because they beat Oklahoma City, who was the 4. Salt Lake City, remember the Delta Center? It was like impossible to win there. There's certain places where it's just tough. I think the Jazz get one in Salt Lake City.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen the emergence, I think, and I've told this to a couple of our colleagues. Cullen Holt, I told you, we've seen the emergence of a true superstar. I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be the face of the NBA shortly. It's not going to take a while. He put up 38 the last time the teams played. He is a man among boys, just a rookie. We talk about Ben Simmons, but I'll tell you what, Donovan Mitchell is a true scorer, a true defensive player, an all-around player. I think he's going to be a great one for years to come.
So we got Rockets Jazz. Rockets won the first game of that series. Game 2 tonight. Warriors and Pelicans, also game 2 of that one tonight. Steph Curry is back. It's official. It's officially happening. And right now, Toronto leading Cleveland right now. What, second quarter still?
Second quarter.
Second quarter. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, let's wrap this thing up. It's been a wonderful show. Let's wrap it up, though, and get you all set for Quakes baseball. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool onion stones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Inland Empire is Fox Sports IE 1350. 1350. KUBE AM Riverside.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to do what you all think I'm going to do, which is just flip out!
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
What a show. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I had my beanie on. We had some great talk. We shared our feelings. It's been a really full circle show inside the studio. Wouldn't you agree, Jeff?
Nope. No, it's always good hanging out. The guys from the Leela Project came in, talked to us a little bit.
I feel good. I feel inspired.
I always feel inspired when I see those guys. Inspired to go to the gym and work out.
You are?
Because those guys are all fit and cool. I need to be fit and cool again.
I want to look like I just walked out of a catalog. Even if it's like Old Navy. You know, like, hey, look at that guy. He's wearing the $10 khakis. He looks great.
Yeah, I want to walk out looking like I came out of the Home Depot catalogs. Just that guy.
Yeah, tool belt.
That's
hard hat.
That could be my character hanging out with those guys. Is to be the tool guy. Hard hat, sleeveless shirt, show off the gun show. I'm ready. Ready to join.
It was an interesting mixture of guys in here.
Very, very cool.
Like all walks of life.
Very cosmopolitan, if you'd like to say. Very cosmopolitan.
But they could use a real big Jeff Gorham.
They could.
They didn't have a Jeff Gorham.
They did not. I could have been the fifth wheel, part of the Pentavern. I want to be the Home Depot guy. I want to wear those big brown boots, some holy jeans, ripped shirt. Be cool.
Make sure you check out the Leela Project. That's Leela, Leela Project on Instagram and Twitter. See all the cool things they're doing to give back here in the Inland Empire. We are brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Speaking of people who care about the IE, listen, they've got weekly specials, and you're going to save thousands of dollars, but you got to check out what they got. You can go to CatalanoCars.com. That's the website. Catalano Motors is located off of Temescal Canyon Road. I know you drive right past it. Go check it out. Sweet, sweet deals. No headaches. They make it super, super easy for you when you're looking to buy, trade, or finance. So the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, I'm excited about this. They got to come back and get those nuts.
They play the Nuts?
They play the Modesto Nuts again tonight. Mike Lindskog is going to gather himself after a very emotional loss last night at Lone Mar Field. Skoggy Skog's going to rebound in a big way. He's going to have the call live right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 a.m. Pre-game starts at 6:50. The game at 7:05. We will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, right here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 a.m.